match, dude. The Nemesis is top damage though. What, mainly because he had a fucking 4-man dash and a 4-man 2 where he died at the end. Vulcan showing up in the late game with positioning as well. I'm shifting my focus. Yamoja, Vulcan are at the top. I still gotta pay attention to this Mordred, and then Honor is still maybe potential.
Your left tower is under attack.
I'm telling you. Oh, that was so close. He's going for the playmaking. Aaron's super out of position. He's dead. Nice.
Judgment is my domain.
Oh, look at this. They're bouncing. You gotta help each other. Honor, you have to help. Honor, you can't leave your boy. Nice. If Honor stays, this guy's dead. Good play in the back from the Mordred Ymir combo. And Aladdin. Aladdin died for it, but they let him live. Bro, Honor messed up. Guys, if someone uses their movement in front of you and then it's on cooldown, stop playing like they still have it up. That Honor panicked. Yeah, the Thor got ganked once and then soloed, and he's just had a bad game since then. Yeah, that Vulcan went a super greedy build. Chicago went a crazy greedy build. I think he's going a no pen build too, because I'm pretty sure this is about to be spear. Oh, beads! He missed his 1-8, dude. His ones are just off. His ones are so off, and now they're out of position because he's missing his abilities and chasing. Nemo, Emojal. Dude, caster's curse. I say something good, they do something dumb. Aaron gets a kill. Oh, this is huge. They're all dead. Is that tier 2 into a fire? 4-man wipe. Because he missed 2 1s and kept chasing. The Yamoja is 100% gonna do an evil help.
Your middle tower is under attack.
100%. He's been in the most consistent out of everybody. The Vulcan, like I said, I was hyping him up, and then he just chased. He threw. First of all, being greedy when you go, what's it called? When you go necro is troll as hell. Like dying is you go from like hitting for 1,000 to hitting for 750 by losing that item right here. Another free fire giant for red team. Wait. Did I speak too soon? Throw the 1 out. Charge the 1. Charge the 1. This is your moment. Reaction time of a potato. He's dead, right? No. He's gonna live. He's gonna live. He's slow. Wait, he's slow. Okay. All right. It's kind of dumb. I can't turn the camera. Like I can't look the other way for red team to see the way they're looking. It's kind of annoying.
Pyromancer has arrived.
All right, I want to ride along with this fucking this guy. We're gonna ride along since we're kind of dwindling down. I think the Nemesis is solid too. It's kind of, I mean, he's been consistent. His early control was valuable. He solo dove that Vulcan and Honor as well. I think Ymir's build is just bad because of the Stone of Binding and the charm over Cersei's. Oh no, he got picked. Roman, why are you not with your team, brother? You're trolling. I fucking hate when carries do that. I fucking hate it. You're costing your team because you're being a dumbass. Stand behind your supports after the fucking 18-minute mark. If you're grouped, or anyone on your team is grouped, go stand fucking behind your supports. You're trolling. You just fucked up the whole pressure your team had. Dumb. Dumb.
There's no running from me. Let's settle this. Judgment is my domain.
Blue should try to do gold. There's no reason for them not to do gold and force a fight. They all back though. You get that pick for free essentially. Like you have all of your ultimates up. You definitely just pull gold, look for a fight. If they give up gold, GG. Oh, he gave them dagger? Oh my gosh, the Artemis gave them dagger. Ability art is horrendous. I think it's so fucking bad right now. At least as an ADC. Maybe if you want to play it in mid, there's some argument to be made, but I still think you just played an actual mage. Vulcan ult wasted. Good play from Red. Red seems a lot more calm. I still can't believe that Vulcan gave away like 250 or 300 ins. The R ulted Mordred. Good Yamoja ult. Really good Yamoja ult. Oh, that board was awkward. They got a kill though. In the back. Good double dunk. Is this game? I think this is game. How the fuck did blue team throw, like, not even try to do anything while Art's dead, but then they fight when Art's alive? Good pick from Honor. Maybe saving the game. Probably saving the game. I don't think they end now.
Your middle Phoenix is under attack.
Oh. No way. Oh, what is Art doing? This Art is filthy. Way too deep. Out of position like the whole fucking game, bro. Aladdin's damage is insanely low too. Aladdin doesn't have Heartseeker yet. Dude, he went 2 luxury items back to back, and his Heartseeker is just now being built. Honestly, Nem's not going Heartseeker. Okay. Nem is not on the docket anymore. We're definitely not saying Nem should be in any low. There's no way. Hello, Bomb. Thank you for the dono. Appreciate you.
The enemy team has destroyed the Gold Fury.
Mordred fell off this game too, bro. He was 3-0 in like 7 or something, or 6, and now he's 3-2 and 8. Bro, there's nobody from blue that I'm confident in right now. We'll watch Honor and we'll watch Yamoja. Hold on, what's healing? Healing's kind of low. I'm surprised. Yamoja healing it got buffed. It's really fucking easy to heal on now. I don't think we've had any elo people in Smite 2. We had one guy who was really close, but his late game was dog shit because his build. His build was bad. Ooh. Oh shit! Game saved by Vulcan. Game saved by Vulcan. Game saved by Vulcan. If this Vulcan could stop inting after he makes plays, he'd be the person I'm looking at. Yeah, it was the Fender, but his build and his play late game weren't good. I'm looking for it. Yamoja ult. Alright, that Yamoja ult was clean. Why is he not spam? Is he healing? Yeah, you had full Omi there. You should have been healing. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Why is Yamoja not healing? He could have healed like a lot there.
There's no running from me. One justice needs a dramatic.
Yeah. Yamoja's ults have been clean as fuck. Tosses have been clean as fuck, but why is he not healing? Yes, the Vulcan has done what he just did 4 times. He'll have like a perfect ult, he'll miss a 1, and then he'll chase or be out of position and die. I don't think there's any way he steals this. He doesn't. There's no way. He's got no Sunder. Why are they not just killing him? They have Sunder? They don't have Sunder either.
Free your
Mir
soul.
got it, but he stole the dagger. This guy might die. This guy should die. Toss the more. Yeah. Oh, shit. No follow-up. Warbling out of position. Warbling big. These mids are costing, bro. The double wall. The dagger? I think he's dead, though. Probably get 1 or 2 tosses off, and then he should die. Clean all, but now he doesn't have it for defense. The split push. He doesn't even need to be here. I'm pretty sure he just gets it. He's missing. Yo, you gotta hit the minions. What the fuck? What am I watching? Okay, we gotta.
Your right tower is under
What am
attack.
I watching? Nem engaged? This Nem is crazy! Vulcan ult! Doesn't hit. Oh, Thor up in there!
Your right tower.
No beads from Vulcan? Why? Why didn't Vulcan insta-beads the Thor and start attacking? Honor. Did I say Vulcan? Honor. Ah, you ain't catching him. You might have just costed yourself. Heal? He's healing now. Okay. Honor's caught. Honor's not caught. Another. Oh, that was a good toss. This is ridiculously back and forth for no reason. It's pissing me off. Ymir now has AoE beads at 34 fucking minutes. And Vulcan is not gonna have any pen.
The enemy team has destroyed the pyromancer. Your
Down
right
it
tower
goes.
has been destroyed.
The
I mean, if he can hit either just go on this Nem when the Nem dives him, or he can ult on the backline, that's fine.
Balance is overrated.
Because I don't think the Thor's gone on him once. Oh. Huh? He's set up again. Can he have 5 big ults this game and then throw it away after he runs to them and gets out of position? He gets it. It had 100 health. Oh, he got it. The Honor got it. No, sorry, the Mordred got it. The Mordred sundered it at 100 health. All right, how's he reacting to this now? He's not. Aladdin dies chasing on the back. The Vulcan just dies instantly to the Nem. I feel like Honor should be doing more right now. The damage? His damage is up there. That Nem, okay. The Nem has just done so much dumb shit. How the fuck is he at 50k? What did Aladdin sell for Heartseeker? Oh no! He built it last. That's right. It was the Nem who has Magi's and beads over Heartseeker. Okay, not really sure how I feel about that. Oh, that's a kill. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up, good walls. You're panicking. Why is Honor panicking? They just costed their Mordred by running away. What? They're all dead. Also, this Umoja does not heal enough. He's finally healing. Okay, his self-healing is at 15. He's doubled his healing. He's healing more than he was. He was not healing for shit at the beginning of this game or middle part of this game.
Get out of this.
That Honor kind of trolled the Mordred. He didn't full commit. And I don't know why. Because it just allowed them to turn on Mordred.
Meant to put a message with that first donut. One at a time and on the auto speed journey. I was a player Sandbug abused against. I told him he could do it Lamau. It was custom.
Okay.
We were both high-key trolling. I literally joked about it in the
Yeah, a bunch of people told me that it was a custom. And I basically said the same thing. If it was custom, it doesn't matter. Honestly, just a piece of shit. Hi-Res needs to do something about it. If Art Dude, why did we just, hold on. His ult's on a 40-second cooldown. Why did he just waste his ult? This is so, they're so hesitant here.
Judgment is my domain.
Everyone I've watched has played like shit. I'm gonna watch the Nem and hope he can save this. Honor's building is extremely normal.
Get out of this.
That's the new ADC build. Yeah, I don't know how Nem's damage is so high, bro. He doesn't have Heartseeker. That's what's bugging me. Oh, he kills this guy. He kills this guy. He kills this guy. What, did he hear him? The fuck?
Balance is overrated. Let me tip the scales.
Yemoja's done a good job frontlining. Okay, they made Mordred wait ults. They use Shell. Volgan all just fucking put in work.
Judgment is my domain. Nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide.
That's game. Has to be, right? Sure. What? Surely you catch somebody here. There's like 9 people to pick from. They all get out on blue team? What the fuck? Yeah, the Nem is full power without the best power item in the game.
There's no running from
He's
me.
trolling. He shouldn't have gone Titans Bane. He should have gone Heartseeker. If you're only gonna kill your ult target anyway, just fucking, you already have flat 10. Just drop the Titans Bane for Heartseeker. Not having Heartseeker is troll. Hinted for no reason. You can't be doing that without Sunder, bro. Ymir contesting that is stupid as fuck. You only go in for that steal if you have some crazy high damage ult or Sunder. He has neither. For now he's dead and they have free reign on the map for a bit.
Get out of this.
This is plat 2600 to 3100 elo.
Your middle phoenix is
Elo heaven.
Nowhere to run.
All
Nowhere
of
to
these
hide.
players think they're way better than their current rank.
Balance is overrated.
And I'm gonna be honest,
Let me tip the scales. There's no running from me.
the only one I would even consider is Yemoja. Maybe Baron now? Maybe we will ride around with this Baron and see what he's doing. Because his positioning early was way too aggro, but he's been popping off in these team fights. His damage is kind of low, though, for how many kills he has, which means he's most likely just either they're killing whoever he's on,
Get out of
or he's
this.
finishing. What's up, Woody? David 17. Oh yeah, Baron's build. That's the Baron build I like.
the enemy.
Is that my? I think that's my Baron.
The Gold Fury.
He was playing good early, but then he would over aggress or like commit to a fight that he shouldn't. And I will say Baron is really, really good with the aspect now, but it's still a positioning god. Like if you position bad once, you're just dead. It's not forgiving at all. And you gotta know the Yemoja is setting up them, all the range characters on red team, to do whatever the fuck they want. The Yemoja has had perfect engages every single fight the entire game.
Your left phoenix is under attack.
Get out.
He okay, we'll see. Yemoja all down, Vulcan all down, the suck,
Free
the
your
suck.
soul.
He doesn't know who to suck, he's out of position. They didn't kill him. That's crazy. He was so far over they didn't kill him. This game, red wins.
Your left phoenix is under attack. Your left phoenix has been destroyed.
My domain.
Your titan is under attack.
Nem save him? Does Nem save him?
Tip the scales.
Oh my god! If I'm picking two here, I'm picking Yemoja and Nem. I'm not picking that Baron. I'm not picking Baron. You can tell the bear like how Baron's positioning was based with the damage taken. How did Thor take less damage than his carries? I mean, he mitigated a lot, but like this is double Thor's. That's crazy. Show wards, 13, 14 on Thor, and 3 on Umoja. Umoja only had 3 wards? What the fuck? How did Thor have 14 wards? All right. I'm giving it to Umoja, but I don't know who to give the second slot to. I don't know to give it to Nem or Baron. I'll probably give it a Baron, I think. I'm in between, but I think I'm gonna give it a Baron. You guys are saying Nem? Put a poll in chat. I mean, I'm seeing Nem. One person said Baron. What do you guys think? Baron or Nem? It's your choice. The problem with Nem was his damage was high, but every time I jumped in to watch him, he did some weird shit. But his early game, he had so much control over the map. But I hated Nem's build. No Heartseeker is crazy. Remember, he didn't build Heartseeker. Nem was doing no shot calling or anything? Okay, we'll go. Wait, who was shot calling? Who was shot calling red team? He got the triple double. I mean, he was a part of 28 kills on a mid. He was a part of more kills than them. I'm gonna go Baron. I'm gonna go Baron. I was back and forth. I'm going Baron. We're going. Assuming Baron can do it. Baron and Umoja, can you go do another game? All right, we're doing another one. I need a big boy game here. This is 4,400 lobby. If we're still here, if we're not here, then we might not be able to do this. I need a 4,400 lobby with you two in it. I'll go 4K plus if we have to go down because I don't know who's here. And if you join, drop me your tracker. Got you over Oxes. Whoever, Mauricio, yours is not a link. Your link doesn't work. Your link doesn't work, bro. You're linking me a dead link. Over and over again. Bro, I need 4K plus lobby. What the fuck did you just join at 1,800? Guys, I don't want you to drop me your tracker for no reason. 4,000 plus lobby. Do not join if you aren't above 4K. Anything above 4K. And I need you to drop your fucking link if you're in here. All right, bro. I'm just gonna do this right now. You guys can rejoin if we need people because this is fucking weird. Actually, I'll do this. Did Expert drop his? What's up, Irish? Thank you for the 5 gifted. Truth, thank you for the 10 months. Welcome back, guys. Thank you for the 5, man. Young Killer, yeah. Just keep signing up. All right, hold on. Time out. Expert. Did we get experts? Get Mario, bro. We're full. I'm not gonna kick people who joined first. That's just fucked up. I need expert. I didn't know if expert or crazy staying because expert was before crazy, but I don't have expert's link.
Nah, bro. We need Mario, bro, in here. We need him.
He should have been fucking faster, bitch.
Get turn the fuck out of here, bro.
You're a toxic.
Tito, if you don't shut up, buddy, I'm gonna find you.
Yo, give me MB in here.
Aren't you like Sparta or some shit? One of those dog shit roles or whatever? Whatever the fuck they are.
Leave expert. I mean, I need his link. He hasn't. I don't have his link, so I gotta bootski him. If he's gonna drop his link, I'll give him like 10 more seconds. I just need his link. All right, cool. Expert stays. Crazy. I'm gonna kick you. Appreciate you guys trying to get in. All right. Are we? I'm trying to figure out how I do this.
Yeah, we're missing Bop Bop.
Bobo's a bitch. Yeah, I see him over there. Can we make this work? Is this good?
Wait, who's the Elo Hell guy?
It's okay.
It's 2. It's Warblin and Tree Stomps. Warblin is mid, Tree Stomps is support.
Sure.
I'm trying to see if this is as even as I can get it. What can I do to make this more even? There's 2 Elo Hells. All right, we'll go with this. Lock it in. Let's see if the boys can make this work. I don't know if I can make it more balanced with the 2 different roles. Your voice is bugged. I was waiting for you to chime in, bro. I was waiting. Put you in. Lobby's already started, dude. What do you want me to do? Everyone yelling at me. Just be faster. Bro, this is insane. Did you guys see the mango drama? I don't know if you guys pay attention to Smash It or anything. The mango drama is fucked because this dude's an alcoholic. And everyone just pushed it. Nobody helped him. And C9 drops him now instead of helping him. Like, that shit's crazy, bro. I hate orgs and I hate companies that just do nothing for the people that have promoted and worked with them forever. It's kind of fucked. Mango was wild for that. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think what he did was wild. I think it was inappropriate, but it was like, if you're at like a party, if you're like party mode and you're an alcoholic, that is something I would expect. You know, somebody's got to step up and fucking be like, bro, you're an alcoholic. We need to help you. He was behind the 2 casters and it was 2 females and he was like humping a toad hat around one of the female casters, like right behind her, and then right beside her. So, and that it was a Ludwig event. So Ludwig told him, "Hey, you're not allowed to come to any more events." Then all his friends are like, "Yo, you're now finally, hey, you're an alcoholic." And then C9 drops him. Hey, we're paying you this much for you to do this, and if you do anything we don't like, we can drop you. That's literally what all the contracts say, just in legal terms. Not if he's an alcoholic. How does that work? What? How are you protected under any contract because you're an alcoholic? I'm very confident there's no way. There's no world where alcoholism is protected. There's no fucking way. I mean, he needs help, and C9 should be definitely the ones helping him. Like there's no world where they aren't part of the helping him. They just drop him. The problem is there's no labor laws around being a contracted streamer for an org. You have to realize, if you do content and you're signed to anything, you basically have nothing. You have nothing guaranteed. You're not protected at all. You're taxed really high. you don't got shit. The thing was, I guess Lud asked if he was an alcoholic, and he said no. Okay, well Ludwig's a dumbass. I don't like Ludwig. I think Ludwig is a fucking but he just virtue signals in the back end. He hides behind saying the right thing and doing the thing that everyone wants him to do. I don't like him. You asked an alcoholic, are you an alcoholic? Hello? It's considered a disability? Yeah, well, like you said, it doesn't matter in those contracts because you're not like an employee. You're just contracted. I'll be honest, you definitely punish Mango, 100%. But every one of his friends and C9 and anyone who's been working with him for fucking the last 10 years should be helping him in any way that they can. Not making it worse. You also, C9 could have had the best PR ever to be like, yo, one of our GOATs, long-term people, we love him, he needs help, we're helping him, we're going to get him through this. Instead of, hey, he's dropped. Like, that shit is fucking crazy for PR. Like, any PR person should have said, hey, this is what we need to do. But nah, those people don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. All right. Let's lock in here. We've got an Elo Hell with two people that played in the previous Elo Heaven match. It's a support player on Aphrodite. He's on the blue team. And we have a mid. We have a mid who's playing Neath on the red team. Honestly, I'm a little hyped now because of these picks. I don't know what to say. So they're both Plat players. They played in the Plat Elo Heaven. I don't know if I'd say they put in work. They were the standouts. Honestly, the Afro Tree Stomps was the one who stood out more to me than anybody. But we'll see if that maintains. They are in a very big boy lobby. There are 2 players at 4,200 in this lobby. So that's 1,000 or more than they are. And then there's 3 or 4 people at 5,500 in this lobby. So it's, there's some gamering going on here. So we'll watch Tree Stomps and what is it, Warblin? Which one's Warblin? Which one's Warblin? Ah, here we go. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. So Afro has Shell, no Sunder.
My gods.
Neath has beads. Normal starts, it looks like. I haven't seen an Afro play in a hot minute. The last lobby, Tree Stomps was playing Yamoja, and Warblin was playing Baron. I feel like Warblin picked the much safer pick than the Baron this game, and then Tree Stomps went the much harder to play support this game. Like, they flip-flopped in terms of difficulty. Whoops, I just swapped between the wrong person. There we go. Like, what am I doing? Did the other team have Sunder? So there's no Sunders in this lobby at all. A lot of shells. So my space moderator is probably one of the most consistent supports I've played against in ranked, and the mid Warblins against one of the lower rated players in the lobby. And then Tito's just Tito. You never know which Tito you're getting. You might get a 10-0 Tito or an 0-30 Tito. No, Warblin, if your jungler doesn't contest that, you can't. Turner already died. Rough. Rough. He's not Aspect Neath, right? Nope. AA Agni. Cooldown start Vulcan. I'm assuming not much is going to happen in this match for like 7 minutes. That's my guess. Unless the junglers get crazy active. To be fair, I need to mention red team has one low rated player outside of their elo hell people, which is Turner. Like low, he's 4,200. Blue team has two. I think Willie and Veroxis are both 4,200. But Expert, I believe, is the highest rated person in the lobby. I didn't check MySpace's turn rank. Tree Stomp's out of position. He should heal. 3 yourself, bro. What are we doing? He should be good. He's still a shell. I don't know why he waited a 3 so long there. Unless he just knew. He's just confident. That was risky pathing, though.
Is under attack.
Wait, was he anti? Oh, he was waiting for Sobek's 3 to fall off? That was smart then. I'm kind of surprised Stallone gave up mid. Oh, another gang on Turner. Well, not another gang, but another death on Turner. Getting rough. Turner's 0-2. Bad start for him. Expert might be pumping this game. What's up, Volt? Thank you for the prime. Sticky keys Stallone? Wait, Stallone doesn't have sticky keys turned off? Oh, there. Good show? Good fight? Willie's everywhere. Will Pie is everywhere. Oh, shit. It's 4-0. This is not looking good.
Tower is under attack.
Tame just getting out jungled right now? Sheesh. Will showing out. Has Tito played in the SCL? I have no fucking idea who played in the SCL, bro. I'm gonna be honest, for like 9.9 of the 10 years of SPL, the SCL was pretty irrelevant.
Your middle tower is under attack.
He just got his... Oh, he was invading their red. I mean, confused. Warblin, you know, I like that he was looking for some aggressive, but he didn't get anything. He definitely should have gone to the safer clear, though. Get himself a lead. So I thought Turner would end up being mid, or not mid, like duo or side lane or something. But honestly, Willie's putting in work. Oh, backflip! Oh! He's getting chased. Oh my, he's gonna die to the red. Oh my gosh, 4 HP. Oh! Alright, War. Alright, Will put in all that work just to die to the tower and waste his ult. Bro should have just ulted if he was gonna ult. Like, I don't know why, unless it wasn't up yet. I don't know why he held it. And then died doing it. Warblin did not panic it. I mean, it kind of looked like he was going to, but he held it, waited for his 3, lived long enough. Honestly, Susano dying there, I don't think matters. Wasn't he? Oh no, was he 3-0? Yeah, he was 3-0, so he actually lost his, what's it called? 3 kill streak is over. But he wasted his ult, so that's kind of the W. Alright, that was awkward mechanics. This is a 2v2 of good sidestep. Good sidestep. All right. Shit. That was a good 2v2. Warbling didn't do much. He also sidestepped the Vulcan off the roof. If Will had his ult up there, they win that 2v2. I have no idea, Bimsy. Probably like 200-300 gold. For sure. Early beads? He just early beads. Did he get an assist for that? I didn't see any gold or hear gold. Did he get an assist for that? He had to have, right? There's no way. Kristoff says early beads for the bats. I like it. I like it. He rushed beads to the bats. And the Agni damage and the stomach damage ends up being that's good. I actually have somebody who's thinking here with the note. You like put people in these Eagle Hell videos and they always fuck up their build somehow. They do something weird. Tree Stoms with this pick is in a position to actually show out and it be kind of hype. Where I feel like Warbling just picked safe and is praying he survives. We'll see how the late game progresses. If you get in these Elo Hell videos and you're playing up and all you do is survive and follow your team, like your whole thing is just you doing whatever, you're not doing anything individually unique, then we're never gonna say you're any well. Why did he ult when he didn't have to, and why didn't he just ult originally if he was going to? Bro, Little Rusty says, Weekend, you've got to watch one of my last 3 ranked games. 20 plus kills Loki gameplay, and I lose every time. It's because you're playing Loki. Loki is the worst team fight god in the game. He's terrible. Stop playing Loki. You're farming early and mid kills, and then the grouping happens, and you can't do anything because you're fucking Loki. Pick better gods. Does anyone know? Does it show the link if one of you is in the bushes and the other one's not? I'm assuming it shows the link. There's no way. Yeah, it definitely shows the link. Freestyle's being a little aggro here. Okay. Warbling rotating? Cancel that, I guess. That's a weird rotation because he had to have done midwave and then gone somewhere else because the midwave was meeting. He wasn't even halfway there yet. This is a pretty, I won't say slow game. This poor Vulcan's getting worked now. Counter kill for Susano. Oh, he hits it. Okay, Warbling, I see you. I see you. Oh. Good awareness. Knees caught. Knees dead. Yep. Beats. No, Beats. He wasn't worried at all about this chalk, dude. The chalk did 0 damage to him. Holy shit.
under attack.
He's chilling.
Left tower
He
is
should be
under
fine. I think he's fine. The AOEBs? Yeah, he's chilling. They're cooking. He Mordred ulted again. Oh, you could have two to potentially killed there. Nah, you wouldn't have done enough damage. I'm trolling. Good play from Tree Stomps. Tree Stomps, good rotation too.
Your left tower is under attack.
Dude, Tree Stomp's looking good, boys. Looking real good. I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. That Mordred is destroying though.
Has arrived.
That Mordred is going crazy. Oops. Is he the same level as Neath? Oh, Vulcan ult. Warblin has managed to just squeak away from that Vulcan ult like 4 times. Or I guess Susano and Vulcan ult.
Come, my doves.
I think good support players are the rarest thing in the game. Like, truly good. This Vulcan is being crazy greedy. He's standing there just baiting the plug for no reason. Just, I don't know. He's committed to the Afro, I guess.
My finest creation. Fire in the hole.
What are the builds?
My finest creation.
That Vulcan is greedy going cooldown start, but it'll be worth it in the late game, I guess. Especially with Afro attached. Lethal, Salone dead.
Your left tower is under
Mordred's
attack.
over there though. Afro shouldn't have waited. This Afro should have rotated faster. Afro should be here linked already. If he died, yeah. That's not only Afro's fault, but Afro could have been here. I don't know why he paused. Rolls, good play.
Back off.
Your right
I'm not
tower
gonna
is
lie,
under
boys.
attack.
If Afro's there, which he should have been, that's a completely different fight. At the same time, all Warblin is doing is standing here pushing.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your right tower is under attack.
I think Afro messed up by not running over there, knowing Subic was there. You are right. He broke the link on Vulcan to rotate, and then got out-rotated by his own Vulcan. All right, he's feeling himself a little bit, maybe?
The enemy team has destroyed the Gold Fury.
He hasn't had to use the team beats. He got there too late for team beats to do anything. He literally Afro-ulted the Vulcan died. He was just there too late. If he had rotated right away the way he should have, he could have been there with the Mordred. They could have won the fight.
My love.
Let me look. What platform does Tree Stomps play on? He does have a really good win rate as a support main. Yeah, he has a really good win rate as a support main. Holy shit, I didn't even know. Because he was one of the people who filled into the other game. He doesn't... Yeah, he has a very high fucking win rate for support. That does bamboozle him a bit because he is not played enough to peak out. So he can beat 4K easily. He's got a 70% win rate. Still nice to see a support player do well. Why didn't he shell? He held his shell for way too long there, I think. You should probably swap to Expert and let your Vulcan disengage. Good rotation from Salone. Expert's been putting in work. Yeah, that Neath getting caught there is really bad. Wait, Stallone doesn't have beads? Okay, Tito is insane. I can't believe he almost died.
Oh,
And that
my
Vulcan did
God,
die.
That was close.
What's up, Bober? Thank you for the 38. Alright, what's Warblin building? Spear, anti-heal. Turner has second item, Nemian? Turner's 3 levels down. Holy shit. Tame is 2 levels up. Mid's even. Support's even. Stallone is down a lot. Stallone went Aegis? What the fuck was Stallone doing? They have Hun, Bats, Agni, and Sobek. And he went Aegis? Brother, you good? You okay, Stallone? Alright, G-Shaw, you're toxic. Yeah, Tree Stomps has a 70% win rate with not a lot of games played. At 3,100, I think, is what he was. So somewhere around 3,100. So he easily could be 4K. So no world is this Elo Evan because he's definitely not standing out. He's keeping up for the most part, but he's using abilities and stuff kind of slow and rotating a little slow. And I'm gonna be honest, Neath just kind of existing. Just kind of here. Hanging out. Bottom damage team. With a global ult.
Your left tower is under attack. Your left tower.
Dude, Will had such a good start and then just threw it all away. They're W-king way too hard here. You're gonna lose this fight. Yeah, you're gonna lose this fight. You're gonna lose this fight so hard. What are we doing? He might be in trouble. He's gonna get blocked. He doesn't have his ult or beads. Yeah, they get a kill though. A trade kill. Warblin, what are you doing? Alright, I'll be honest. Neither of these guys are any low. I think Tree Stomps peaks out at 4K when he just plays enough, and I think Warblin needs to really work on his positioning because it's ass. Stallone can hit an ability. Ain't looking good. Stallone's dead. Wait, maybe not. Nah, Stallone, no. No. Expert version dive. Expert is putting in work. No way, Stallone. No way, Stallone. I bet money Stallone just raged that he died to the bounce. The, what's it called? The oboe bounce, but he didn't. He was gonna die to the bomb. They chased so long, they end up losing this fight. That is disgusting. That is filthy. And Expert is still alive. That is disgusting.
Your left tower is under attack. Your right tower is under attack.
This game is dead even somehow. At least I balanced this team correctly, or this game correctly.
Your right
That's a plus.
tower is under attack.
You're buying puts on Stallone's SR. That's crazy.
Your middle tower is under attack.
All right, player damage. We got Neath at the bottom. We got Stallone at the bottom. Honestly, I feel like Afro's damage is kind of low. I don't know if I'm trolling, but I feel like it's kind of low. Hold on, let me see healing. 6K self healing, 4K regular healing. It seems kind of low all around. I don't know if I'm trolling. I don't think I am. Duo's dead again. doing pyro, which is good, assuming they get it. They just got picked again. Honestly, the Sobek has been just ahead on rotations over the Afro. Afro's got to be there early to be relevant.
Your team has destroyed the pyromancer.
That Sobek is tanky as fuck. Well, they have double AoE beats. The Mordred has AoE beats too. Oh, they're looking. Let's watch them warbling. Patience? Why is he targeting Afro though? Actually, yeah, probably better target. They're never killing this fucking Mordred. Oh shit! Oh shit! You wait, he's not linked to anybody. He broke the link. He broke the link. He broke the link. You got the kill though. Yes, him. Still have AoE beads. This could be big. They sustain enough. This could be big. There's a lot of fucking anti-heal going on though. All right, they're good. Good disengage from expert. And he got played. He went right into melee range the combo and just got cooked for it. ADC dip. GG. Both of you all before dead. 1K gold lead, 1 kill lead to the non-gold lead team. Tito is pumping right now though.
Your team has destroyed a left enemy tower.
Does he kill him in time? I don't know. His dash is up. I think he gets it, right? Oh, the auto dot. It's Stallone not even helping. Stallone's 3 levels down still. Holy shit. Bro, Stallone's build makes me fucking hate myself. Ul feels terrible with 1 cooldown item. It feels unplayable. I think he's hard trolling. Super hard trolling. What's Tree Stomp's build? Spirit Robe Cersei's? Okay. Okay. I feel like AoE ult. I guess they do have a lot of CC. The AoE beast is still good. What the fuck? He just misclicked. He misclicked. He had to have misclicked. Oh shit, you're so fucked. You're so fucked. Look at the Vulcan. Okay. So Smite just like blew itself up, I guess. Is it gonna let me back in? Because I don't think it is. I'll try to get back in. I don't know how spectating works. I'm guessing that happened from spectating 3 games in a row. No, it's not letting me back in. Oh, it is. Yes, I'm underground, but we're back, boys. We're fucking back. Oh, wait, we're good. We're back. We're back. Nice, nice, nice. Not the end of the world. Yo, his name changed. Ice Truck Gooner. What the fuck? He's dead? What did I miss? How is Neve dead and Avro's alive and Vulcan's alive? What the fuck? Hello? How? What? sloppy. Warblin is always getting caught by every ability. Like, he never avoids an ability. If blue team wins this now, that's crazy. Warblin is definitely underperforming. The fuck are we pausing now? Afro DC'd? Oh shit, and they won the fight too. That's crazy. Cheese nips, nah, you should just uninstall, brother. It's the same thing. Me when I crash, crying in the club. Wait, are you gonna be able to rejoin? Yeah, if you're rejoined, then start it back up. What's up, Pugsley? Thank you for the 47. How's life? Family's good, bro. Life is busy. Life is busy. It's summertime, so my wife doesn't have to be at work every single day, and it just makes my life 10 times more busy. Dude, I wish I knew how they lived that fight where it crashed, because that just won them potentially the whole game. Like, I actually don't know how they won that. Or not even they didn't win, they just didn't all die.
Your team has destroyed the Gold Fury.
Yeah, we know Stomps is not Nilo. We know that. He just hasn't played enough. Motherfucker's a 70% win rate. But he is like good enough to be up in the 4K rating. He's just not actually stuck. He just doesn't play the game. Expert's kind of a beast, bro. What the fuck? And there's no world we can say neither is an ELO because he is struggling on, in my mind, one of the easiest mids he could have picked. Like, the default, like, I'm just gonna exist pick. And he is definitely barely existing. Dude just gave Vulcan 1 billion damage. His Afro play has been, like I said, I haven't seen that one fight I wanted to see, but his Afro play hasn't been crazy.
Your team has destroyed the fire.
Unbats is dead as fuck. Why not help the Unbats? If he's gonna commit, why didn't you commit too? I feel like that's kind of troll. You gonna live? Okay, never mind. He lives. Hearing expert yell about Stallone, but Stallone is getting worked and his build is bad. It's crazy too because Stallone didn't feed in lane. He just built bad, so he fell off when he shouldn't have. You cannot play ult without 3 cooldown items, like total in the build, and your first 2 have to be fucking cooldown. It feels so bad to play ult without cooldown, unless somebody else is supplementing like setup and shit for you. You're calling. Experts ain't going crazy this game. Dude, what's the lone build now? Did he get any? He got Crusher now, so he's not gonna be as fucking worthless. The lone picking up dagger is wild. All right, this should be one of the last fights in this game. They're trying to catch a Mordred. That's a little overcommit. A little overcommit on the Mordred. They can just heal him up. Okay. Nice. I think, is he dead? And or dead? Yo, this is crazy hectic. This whole blue team is healthy as fuck. They're healthy and they got the Afro to keep them going. This is rough for Red. Red used all their ults.
Your team has destroyed.
Did they use all their actives too? No, they didn't. They didn't use shit for actives. Nice. was a whip. That was something. Yeah, he's running Talk Aspect. Someone said that early. Bro, is Stallone even hitting these fucking towers, bro? Holy shit. You gotta hit an ability, Warblin. Use your two. Yo, the Tree Stomps doesn't ever two. I swear he never twos. Is he afraid of putting them out of position? He never uses his two. Like, you're linked. Use your fucking two. It doesn't knock back if you're twoing off of your linked target. What are we doing?
Your team has destroyed a middle enemy.
That's definitely game. There's no way this should not be the game. I'm really sad we missed that one fight. That one fight was a really important fight. Oh, he's gonna get executed. And use your two! Holy fuck!
Oh,
That was hard on the back of Expert. Hard. Honestly, Veraxis played pretty good. But that was hard on the back of Expert. Not even close. Your damage is way too low, bro. You never two. Ever. Ever. Aphrodite breakdown. You never fucking two. You should have rotated to that first fight in the dual lane. You were late as fuck. If you were there, if you just linked to Vulcan on the rotation, or you just ran when you saw the fight instead of sitting mid in the bushes, this game is completely different. If that fight goes in your favor, you guys just stomped the whole game out, in my opinion. Build was good. I really liked it. I liked that you were moving around the map and you were active. I hated that you never used your two. You were out of position like 3 times that you shouldn't have been when you were warding fire and my game crashed. I didn't see what happened. You were out of position there. You were out of position at your purple where you lived, but if they played right, you die. Outside of that, you held your active in a mid fight and your team died, and it was a little weird. So I don't know why you did that. You like held a lot of shit in that fight. Neath, brother, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You had a nice little juke early on the Susano play, but outside of that, you missed a lot of abilities. Your build was fine. You didn't really rotate. You didn't really back farm. Your positioning was a little awkward because pretty much every time you thought it was a good fight, you'd run into melee range to do your full combo, and then you would just die. So I was hoping you would learn after 1 or 2 times that you need to just sit back farther and spam from range. That didn't really happen. Yeah, I mean, watch it back. You'll see what I'm talking about. Tree Stomps, you probably should be 4K, but you also have a 70% win rate and don't play the game enough. So I would not say you're Elo Hell. I'd say you just don't play the game. Warblin, I don't think you're an Elo Hell. I think you could get another... You could probably sit at like 3,700, maybe like 400 or 500 more rating. Maybe a little more. Maybe a little less. Maybe like 3,500. You could sit there. You'd be consistent. Improve. You'll get there. From what I saw both games, your positioning is just weak. And you need to improve on that. That's it. That's what I got. Also, Stallone is a coster, bro. Stallone is a fucking coster. Can't believe he won that game. I swear, Stallone's like, all right, hold on, let me queue up. I'm going to build bad. and I'm gonna die. But I'm still not gonna win. And then the next game he'll queue up, and I'll be like, I'm gonna build right, but I'm gonna lose. Stallone, that was the worst Aegis I've ever seen purchased in my life, by the way. I could have farted on my computer, made it my 5th teammate, and it would have gone a better active.
Listen, the only thing I thought of was that they're going to just try to all in me, so I was like, I'm just
Well,
going to
they had 9 abilities you had to beat.
I know. So it's either I die without or with Vegas. I don't know.
This guy's killing me. Do one casuals. I'm going to play one more game.
All right.
I think I'm getting sick. I'm sure you guys can hear it. My wife is feeling sick. My kids were just sick. I'm like 50-50 have a fever right now, and I'm losing my voice. I had 2 great teammates and Stallone. That's funny. 2 great teammates and Stallone. That's fucked. Godfather, your problem was you picked Ymir, you lost lane, and then you didn't build around the fact that you were going to be behind. Later, Flo. Cyclosis, come on, man. You can't be saying that shit. Nah, I haven't been sick in a while, so that's what it is. Gotta take some meds, get some juices flowing, and eat some food and get some sleep. As long as I get sick now, rather than 4th of July or when I go to the beach, you can live with that. Godfather, thank you for the gifted, my boy. Oh, we already know what we're playing. We already know. Where is it? Where is it? Wait.
What
I can't
the
pick.
fuck?
Am I not even in this game? What game am I in?
What the fuck?
I'm not even in the game.
Dude, that's the enemy team I see. I see their picks.
I should have relogged. I keep forgetting.
This is crazy.
Oh shit, that's too funny. If I don't pick, do I still dodge even though it doesn't? Like, it didn't show me. Oh yeah, there's one person not picking. That's me. Sick. Sick. Well, let me relog real quick. I guess we're gonna do a custom because I don't think I can queue again for 5 or 10 minutes. Chicado, you'd hit massive ults and you would a crazy greedy build, and then you would just be in the after hitting the ult, you would chase, overcommit, and die over and over again. You also were super inconsistent with your 3-1 combos or your 1 in general. But yeah, you did those ults, and then like, I don't mean like literally right then, but like within the next minute, you would overcommit and you would die. You would chase kills that you shouldn't and all kinds of shit. How long is it? Slow?
20 minutes.
Holy fuck, yeah, we need a custom. Throwing a custom up, boys. Lock it in. Oh, you can't hear me talking? GG. Custom, give me leader. Or you got it. There we go. I think Thursday we're gonna do the Nico knee punishment, by the way, and a wheel. So lock in. Lock in for Thursday. This week's actually got a lot. I have a lot going on this week. Sub league sign up started. ELOL tonight. Mercury and patch notes Wednesday. Thursday wheel and Nico knee. Anyone join the custom? Go for it. I don't give a fuck. Get stuck. Thank you for the 71. Later, Warbling. GG's, brother. ELO will be on Mondays from now on because they're swapping to Tuesday God drops, which means Monday's the day. Callie, I hear you. I know your fat ass got fed. What do you want?
We're good to go.
Go. Oh, I can't talk in game. No. Merc PTS is Wednesday. And reveal is Wednesday. And there's like other patch notes Wednesday. And then Tuesday he comes out. What about second dinner? Bro, I'm about to go have my second dinner. I had shrimp and grits for dinner. Did not eat enough. And I am starving. Second dinner is... if you aren't eating second dinner, are you really a person? This guy put bands in. This guy snuck in bands so I couldn't play Ganesh.
Fuck, I put bands.
Nah, you're committed now. Ban that shit. Why can I never type? Hello? Ah, I can talk.
There
Fuck
we go,
you.
yeah. Completely forgot.
They
Want to
call
be
it?
cooler.
They didn't call it? Yeah. What? What are you
Wow. You fucking wouldn't trade me, but you give it to Kurt?
doing? Yeah, buddy. That's a good guy right there. Stallone's my pal.
I want mid,
okay.
bro. I want mid.
Yeah, who wants the support?
Well, you know what I do is support, right, Kurt?
Do I want to know? You're going Cupid, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
buddy.
I was gonna go Apollo and do the same shit, so I don't give a fuck. It's fine.
Fuck yeah.
Now I'm not. Now I gotta go some fun shit.
Bet I'll go Artemis support. That'll throw him off.
We lose. You guys think I can get away with... Dude, I was gonna play Athena ADC.
Select your god.
Can't do that now, can you?
I could do
Does
it.
it get fucking counterpicked in a goddamn custom? I hate it here.
Dude, I have crazy tech idea.
I trust
Stallone,
you.
I don't know if you should trust me, but I'm thinking I might do it.
No balls. Yeah, I was not prepared for that. I got you though.
Aspect Scylla ADC? Where are we rating this? Where are we rating this, boys? Aspect Scylla ADC. Maybe this is the way it's supposed to be played. No extra mana items. Breakfast 7:30, second breakfast 9:30. I don't know what the fuck that word is. 11 a.m. Lunch
Sarah.
1 p.m. Afternoon tea 2:30. Dinner 5:30. Supper 9 p.m. Yeah, my eating schedule is like breakfast if I feel like making food, or just cereal when I wake like around 11, maybe 11:30, sometimes 12 if I got shit to do. If I have a lot to do, I don't eat. Then if my wife is home, I'll eat lunch. If my wife's not home, I won't eat lunch. Then I eat dinner at 5:30 or 5, and then I eat a second dinner at like 1 or 2 in the morning. $1,500 total ult damage? Oh, no, bro. I'm going like 10 million ult damage. You had to say something to Autospeed for him throwing your games off of slip pushing? What did you say? Did you get banned? Wait, has anyone tested, does Death's Toll give you mana?
Yeah, it does. You didn't know?
It does?
It doesn't it?
I don't know. Does it?
Yeah.
It should.
It does.
But has anyone tested it on Aspect Scylla?
Oh, on
Who the
Aspect
fuck-
Scylla.
Well, that
No,
bro, this
I haven't
guy-
tested
Oh.
that. I haven't tested
Oh, I
that.
see.
Yeah, like
That sounds like
what the fuck are we saying?
More
bro?
clear.
I
Okay,
don't,
okay,
Listen,
okay.
listen.
I don't think it does.
Oh no, it
It
does
doesn't.
not.
No,
It
he
does
said
not.
he said it doesn't. He said it doesn't. I was about to say I'm about to be locked in, dude. I was about to be ready to go.
That'd be
And
crazy.
all the attack speed, ult 5 times.
I think I gotta go Boomba. I guess maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't need Boomba. I have no strength scaling though, right? Alright, I'm gonna go Boomba. I gotta try to like mix in int here.
Minions have spawned.
Shaq Jungle.
You did Death Toll on Apollo with Sunbeam Bow. Yeah, that everybody's like that. If you upgrade your Death Toll, you will out mana your shit. Where's my Kepri?
Your carry.
Yeah, bro. What the fuck? I'm about to go crazy.
That's your jungle.
Nah, brother, nah.
That's me.
I still as a
I'm full mana. Thank you. I have 100. Not a good start. How is that such a wide two? Holy fuck. Where you at? Get rid of your flow.
Because it went out of range. No. It
You're
actually
almost
hit.
dead. What the fuck?
Yeah, my ass didn't get fucking pots.
Oh, you're gonna get cooked here. You're trolling. Run, run, run. Yo, he just visually upsundered. I'm dead. That visual knockup from Geb fucked me because I was gonna beads it, and then it just wasn't there. Well, their Thunder's down. Yeah, their Thunder's down. Come into that. You're gonna die, Odd. You're gonna die to the minions. Controlled. My Nem should have secured those mids. I don't know why he didn't try. Alright, can I ult at level 3? I have a full mana bar.
Before the police.
I feel like I should be able to ult sub level 5. So I have a full mana bar. Chalk? What the fuck? Yo, we
That would be a
good?
cool feature to the aspect.
So this guy has a teeny little itty bitty dinky wee. I don't like this guy. Fuck you, Geb. I gotta reset. Should have got a multi-pot here. Or what's it called? Chalice.
Enemy missing left.
Now more of a little left.
Did we salt down?
Shotgun no.
So I'm autoing the fuck out of this guy. Let's go. I think we actually start clearing now because Kepri does shit. Speed's down over here. The purple's coming up. The purple's up.
It's up, it is up.
Kept backing.
bad.
Still here.
Why not take that, brother? You were locked in. I forgot I want a jungle starter. Should be going crazy. He got suspended in Smite for abusing the set, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I didn't know he got suspended. I knew he abused the set bug. He's literally just a scumbag. He does everything to ruin the game for other people, and the high res needs to ban him. There's no reason for that to not be banned. It's not even a gray area. Like he's the bug abusing on purpose. Oh, we W attack this guy.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Anubis right.
Your left tower
I'm dead.
is under attack. You have been slain.
I've been trolled by my support.
On that Anubis, she's at ult.
Report the support, boys. Report the support. Report the support. Oh, I can't teleport back. Oh, fuck, I have my item though.
Chuck ult is probably up.
I wanted the ult 3 times so bad there. What's up, egg roll? An egg roll sounds fire right now, actually. I could go for a fucking egg roll right now. Contemplating what I make to eat. I kind of want to make some fried rice, but I don't know what I put in it. Like what meat?
I got both their ults.
Nice.
Does Hades have his ult up?
Oh, we're auto attacking now. Let's go.
I'm out.
Even broccoli with fried rice and slap right now? Yeah, yeah, I could go for that. I don't have anything up. Yo, I'm about to go crazy on this. Oh, found chalk.
Fuck him.
Getting rich, boy. Oh, shit.
I'll get bonus gold for those too. That's funny.
I'm coming.
Just came up.
That's
Oh, Odd. Odd's gonna have to ult himself. He did.
Piggy down.
1.
Oh my god. Strike 1.
Double.
Oh, strike 3.
Oh, Anubis here. I'm Umas.
Wow.
Wait, I can't go
You can't go.
Get him, get him, get him.
I got my blink up.
Let's go.
I'm rich.
Gold, gold, gold. All of us are 5 HP. I'll take it for a second.
We used to have a PF Chang's where I grew up. I'm pretty sure that shit's long gone. I think. And maybe it's still there actually. I don't know. I think it's gone though.
Oh, is it his time?
Yeah, you finished that shit, bitch.
Finish it.
Don't worry about it.
Shit, that's funny.
It's his time.
Bro, honestly, maybe fuck it.
Look at
Maybe
Slender
go-
Man.
3 autos to do 48 damage.
Look at that Slender Man.
It was 112. It was 112 damage.
Oh no, when I turned around, that's why I was curious. I didn't.
I don't know what I'm gonna build this game, man.
Had no stats. Had no stats. You like that, wouldn't you? Ain't nothing wrong with that. good. I know. I see that. Yes. But I would double check. I'm shocked. What a dark horse. Never could have seen it coming.
I used my ult on the enemy.
I used it after I died.
Whitey Aegiston, huh?
So after you beat the
Coming around.
jungle tree gym.
No, the ult itself is not active for a time. You get 3 of them. Each one has an individual timer. You should be able to be in the ult for like fucking 9 seconds or some shit. Or longer. No, I think it's longer. I don't know. Let me see if I can get my ult up again. I'm the farm man, boys.
No, Gabs. Stop it. No, Gabs. I'm here. I'm just worried about the others that are here.
Farming my man.
Me and Seller coming up.
I am low and I already
Spawn.
have my shell. Oh god. Okay, that is
You need to come to me.
everyone's. Oh god.
This is a terrible spot to be. I'm out of here.
They're gonna go
Oh, you get there.
A lot of ults. The only one not used was Art, but Art should be coming up here in a
They're
moment.
chasing me instead of playing the game. This is weird.
How do you have 3 buffs?
I always have 3 buffs.
You're on gold.
He took this one, since I took that one.
Contesting? What's it at? They're not even on it. They're looking at me.
25?
It's at 5. It's at
How?
5K.
They're not even on it.
It's at 4.7. Yeah, they dragged it away.
Autumn leaves conceal.
They're about to get it? They're securing?
It's like they're on my nuts.
It's at
It looks like.
3K.
Here comes
They're
Anubis behind you.
dropping it, but they're
Still-
shook. They dropped it.
They dropped it. They dropped it. Dashing out of base.
How does he have ult still?
Oh my gosh, he had it again?
An ally has been
You on it?
slain.
Yep.
It's full
Almost
health.
there.
Here
Yeah, they
comes
dropped
big
it.
boy again.
Bro, it's Gab.
An enemy has been
They reset it? No way. Oh, but now we can go.
Kill.
That's insane. What did I just witness?
She tried trapping, but I knew that she would trap. She's not getting me again.
I've never seen somebody
Yo,
so
Gab
afraid
has
of an
no
ADC
defense.
Scylla in my life.
Your team has destroyed the Gold Fury.
ADC Scylla,
I mean, I've seen a lot of people
scary.
just running in the dual lane for it whenever she first came out. Because people use it.
Bro, Cersei's is expensive.
Hi.
Yep.
I held the world record for the best Radical Red 3.1 Nuzlocke attempt for a while, but after back-to-back losses to Koga, I couldn't bring myself to make another run at the Elite Four. But a few months ago, there was a major update to the game, introducing Generation 9 Pokemon and an overhaul of some fundamental mechanics. And the AI was changed? What if the game made more sense all of a sudden? What if we could make it work this time? This month, I crawled back to Radical Red like the toxic ex she's always been to me. Welcome to Radical Red, maybe the world's hardest Pokemon game and Nuzlocke. This game is one of the most complex, dynamic experiences you'll find anywhere. And in hardcore mode, this game goes from tough to impossible. Hardcore mode bans all weather control, including moves and abilities outside of a couple niche Pokemon. This mode also bans moves and abilities that would allow your Pokemon to get stronger in battle. And maybe the craziest, the AI can now predict your items, abilities, stats, and sometimes what Pokemon you're switching into. And just like that, here I am again, stuck in Pallet Town with any starter I could possibly imagine. And a dream. A dream of getting my teeth kicked in by this godforsaken game just a few hours from now. Brockatorius Section 1 with a couple brutal fights including Brendan, Lass Ann, Lord Sammy, and Faulkner standing guardians to the first badge challenge. And while all of these teams are some level of intimidating, there are some clear-cut answers in these patches of grass to the upcoming nightmares. Stars like Mighty Yenna with Strong Jaw, Furret with adaptability, the Big Goon with great vibes, and Cricketune with Technician dunk on many of the rivals ahead. And Attempt 1 started with some of that. We picked up Quaxley with the first encounter. I figured that a water fighting type might match up well against Brock, and powered my way to encounters 2 through 6. We picked up Poochyena, Sentret, and Cricketune. That's 3 booms for anyone counting. I tried running Strongjaw Mighty Yenna to sweep Brendan and actually did it. Bite didn't even get a flinch, it just one-shot 3 of the enemies and then 2-shot Corphish. I will say I don't remember Stuffle being a prominent part of the previous update of this game. Still, asking Meryl to mitigate the new arrival, we managed the fight pretty okay. Lord Sammy wasn't super tough. Cricketune and Dustox fell to Staravia, and then I used my own Cricketune to collapse the final Volbeat. I think the Volbeat's level here is lower than what it used to be, which trivialized its difficulty, but it was now Faulkner time, whose team was absolutely revamped. With 2 Paldeanmons on the new squad, Wattrel wasn't a super big threat, but the speedy electric type certainly looked to mix things up, and Squawkabilly, who, by the virtue of being a single stage Pokemon, was a dangerous early game menace. But first, a couple more encounters. I didn't think Skiddo or Trapinch would really help us, at least not now, but I did talk to Sonic's nemesis, Eggman over here, and received a Paldean egg. An egg I would run down to Pallet Town to hatch as my encounter just below it. This could be any Paldeanmon ever, and it was a Flittle. What on earth is a Flittle? We did get a Binacle, which was cool, but it's not getting Tentacool in that little pond. That was heartbreaking. At least the Barnacle would do some work on Faulkner, maybe? I opened with Cricketune for it, which you'd think would be bad against the Flying Leader, but Rigbear here thrashed the opening Plucky guy with Rock Tomb. And the classic Meryl counter to Faulkner's Farfetch'd held up strong. And then entered Squawkabilly. What the heck is a Squawkabilly? I used Barnacle Boy here to rock smash Elvis, and then after the
that one's
drop,
1/16.
Rock was more than enough to punish the poultry. Wattrel wanted to shock my little water guy here, so I sent in Furret to clean
Yeah,
up
they're the same
headbutt,
damage.
as well as another hit on the final Yanma brought us home.
Yeah, it's one.
We had made it all the way to Brock on attempt 1, which might not sound like much, but Radical Red is
Says
that
1/6.
ramen, you know? And up against Brock next, I knew we were in for some trouble. Varoom now added to the Rocky.
Says
Road.
1/6.
This wasn't 2023 Radical Red Brock anymore. This was 2024 Brock. But what Brock didn't see coming was that
getting
I
all of
wasn't
them
even 2024
1/6.
Wacko anymore. I was 2025 new and improved Wacko, and my New Year's resolution was to kick Brock's
no.
butt. Actually, speaking of New
If
Year's
you only
resolutions, I've been trying
hit
to get out
something
and go
twice,
on more walks this year,
should
and
be
I think it's
2/6, or if it has Rocky Helmet,
sponsor of today's video,
Iron Barbs,
Vessi
then
and their
4/6.
sneakers. With waterproof technology and all-day comfort, Vessi's weekend sneakers are the perfect shoes for keeping your socks dry while
fogged.
walking outside on wet
For sure.
or damp earth. I celebrated New Year's in New York this year, and it was rainy, but because of these guys, I was able to stay dry in ways that sneakers have never done for me before. They're also just comfortable and stylish with a cozy interior and serious versatility in situations and outfits that I can wear them with. And Vessi prides itself in durable sneakers that serve as an investment into future adventures. So these guys should last a while. Take your first step into 2025 with confidence. Explore Vessi.com/wacko for waterproof shoes that go with all of your outfits and get an
Any
automatic 50%
critters?
off your first purchase at checkout. Again, all you have to do is go to Vessi.com/wacko to get 15% off your first order. Thank you, Vessi, for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back into the action. Brock was a little poser, okay? Ugly as heck with a trash team. Brock sent in Hippopotamus first, to which I had Rig Bear counter with Mega Dread switched out, because of course it did. It's cool. We cleared the air balloon, which was nice, which meant Spencer the Trapinch was about to smoke it with Bulldoze switched again. I actually clicked Rock Slide in anxious anticipation of this switch, and when the leap took the floor, I was confused, but Rockslide still chipped in, and Cricketune was supposed to counter this fossil now, but again, we're gaming in the flippin' circus out here. Faroom switched in again, poisoned by Furret this time, and poisoned Trapinch en route to dying like the little loser guy he is. Big Cacnea came out next, which Cricketune was expected to handle with some bug move. The great news was that nothing on Brock's team resisted bugs anymore, which I think honestly kind of stinks. We should make Rock resist bug. That's a type that we definitely need to make worse. Furret had to step in to finish Cacnea, and it was Pogdog time. Chompy Guy into Sucker Punch on Arkin left Mightyena a little low on the HP front, but it was all in good fun. Another Sucker Punch delivered the goods. Cricketune dodged the crit into Mega Drain Hippo, and only Laleep remained. Surely Struggle Bug drops its special attack low enough where it doesn't take me out here, right? Don't crit. Hold. Oh my god. It didn't hold. It did as much. I think that was that a max roll? Or did I miscalc? Dude. Dude. Yeah, that didn't go well. I can't believe it survived on 1 HP and I didn't get a bite flinch. 1 badge, baby. Carry the hell on. Now, in another version of this game, I'm resetting here. Sure, Cricketune was probably not going to do anything after that fight, but Mightyena was supposed to hold up until well into Erica Split. Bringing everyone to level 23 here, we prepared for 3 bosses before Cerulean. Last Salianer Flying-type Pikachu, Super Nerd Miguel and his simple Swoobat, and Rocket Admin Archer and his own Strong Jaw Mightyena.
Look at that.
Pikachu had nothing on Adaptafurret, and Keto the Azumarill ice punched the snot out of the wily Oricorio. Yes, I know it's not Orico Rios, man, viewers. I was joking. Staravia 2-shot the fluffy fiend that stood across from me now, and a double-mouthed Steel Fairy type stared me down. Kinda. I mean, it was more like a bombastic side-eye situation, but yeah, Keto rocked it. Next question. Before taking on the Swoobat double battle, I was able to pick up 3 encounters in Gyarados, Girl Nidoran, the better one, and Parasect, who was the steal of the cave. Ha, Miguel, you're going down, buddy. You don't have a chance. I will say, this fight goes a lot smoother with dark types, and I'll explain why in a moment. Thwacky was super locked into knockoff because the AI loves it when I'm holding an item, and it doesn't see a kill on me, so it's just like, let me get rid of that. Bug Bite into Headbutt fried that fraud, and Bug Bite into Quick Attack was enough to drop the Explodey Voltorb as well. Reason number 1 that dark types are good is this Sableye, whose prankster ability is completely trivialized by the Mightyenas and Arbok of early game, which we did not have. Putting Sableye to sleep with Spore was definitely going to be useful here. Reason number 2 that dark types are good in this fight is this evil Swoobat that simply shreds segments of my Shining Squad. Sableye swapped out, which was a great turn of inactivity from Miguel, as Air Cutter otherwise did buckets of damage. Ice Punch and Headbutt was, fortunately, enough to guide us through. Skiddo on the floor fell to a quick double target, and Sableye was the only Mon left alive. I got Furret the heck out of there to avoid foul play damage, and Play Rough to ground the little goblin guy. I snagged a little Helix Fossil, and I got into this Archer fight immediately. Opening with Baby Poison Rock Sack, I sent in Keto to Aqua Jet it, which took it out, but left a layer of Toxic Spikes underneath me. Swapping in my only Poison type in Nidorina cleared those, and Seviper put her to sleep. Cletus then went Scorched Earth on this Viper, and I didn't have to worry about sleep, mostly because she got poisoned, but also because of Radical Red's Sleep Clause that only allows one Pokemon on my team to be put to sleep at once. I had to make some pivots because small birds lose battles with vicious snakes every day of the week. I wanted Gyarados to shred it, but the Crybaby switched out just when I got the advantage. In my opinion, if you're competitively battling and you switch out, you're demonstrating fear, and you should be ashamed. Poison Fang did a lot more damage to Keto than I thought it would, but Playrough slept Pogdog and Firo flew in. Gyarados got crit twice here, which was crazy, but we benefited from getting the instant drop and sent in Furret to headbutt Pokemon's ugliest bird into the
here you are to instruct him on his every move.
Held us into Cerulean on attempt 1. I had to break out my winter coat because of how cold this Furret is. I think someone actually made that happen in another game. Cerulean gave us access to a new level cap, the move relearner, and our next boss battle, the Nugget Bridge rival. Opening with Hitmonchan, I sent in Keto. The Ivysaur switch was predictable here, but Playrough still did respectable work on the plant starter. Staravia finished it, and Simipour walked into Icy Wind. Switching to Gogoat on Icy Wind was not my favorite thing in the world. I ended up spamming Synthesis to keep my farm animal in the fight, but it was pretty yucky. I'm just happy we got out of there. Playrough got its revenge on Hitmonchan, and Arbok took center stage for our rival. And look, Nidoqueen is pretty good at dealing with it, except for the part where it actually has no ground moves at this point at all. Superpower hit, I guess, and Gyarados' Intimidate chipped in, but Thunderfang was too scary to sit in on. When in doubt, send Furret out, baby, clean. It was Clefable time. Let's go to Waldo here. This does have Icy Wind. Don't click it. It clicked it. That was predictable. That just did 37 damage. Here we go, boys. Don't die.
Stupid.
Thanks. Yeah, surely we get the kill here. I'm adamant. Yeah, that went bad. I'm just grateful the ground typing of Waldo prevented Charge Beam on the switch, and Azu was able to get in and clean up the fairy monster. With just Eevee left, Gyarados went to work, thrashing on the cat dog. Nugget Bridge season was upon us. It was a bunch of baby battles, followed up by the Nugget Bridge Rocket Run. And he wasn't super hard to deal with, but
I heard the same thing.
Super easy either. Opening with Intimidate Arcanine, I sent in Big Quaxwell to punch it with Aqua Cutter. That sucked, actually, as Thunderfang hit me with the worst roll possible, forcing me to switch into Waldo. Tell me why Big Togi D fired off a U-turn when I switched into Gogoat. Watch this epic gamer move, though, by Azu. Don't get poisoned! Don't get poisoned! You... Oh! Oh! Let's go! And the demon was out. Big Komala. This Sleep Talk into Last Resort Menace dealt insane damage at the press of a button. It actually came down to Parasect stopping up 2 attacks without getting crit, leeching some life, and then sending in Gogoat to finish it switched out as I sent it in. L. Togedy U-turned out into Komala again, and we shook it to death with a monstrous earthquake. One more survived from Gogoat, and Togedy had nowhere to run this time. Take that, Mickey. I got a Boltund and a Chinchou, and I'm ready to take on the Dig Grunt. And by readied, I mean I didn't plan at all, and I went in guns blazing. How'd this work out for me? Well, Thunderfang Boltund was enough to collapse Alolan Persian, and Raticate coming in next was scary because Stomping Tantrum was absolutely going to drop me, so I sent in Gyarados to at least get an Intimidate drop as the Flame Orb procced. This was not a good place to be in, but I had to attack, right? I bit the rat, taking a fat facade, and I tried to bite it again, but it U-turned into Crobat. This Crobat is ridiculous. Scope Lens, Sniper, Cross Poison, and Air Cutter? Are we kidding? Gyarados tripped it pretty good, and Nidoqueen was able to complete the task, and then Catastrophe struck. Preying on Stomping Tantrum, I swapped to Gyarados, and it facaded me. Goodbye, Big Fish. We'll miss you, buddy. Gogoat, the 531 base stat total behemoth, avenged our friend and felled the final whatever the heck this is. We're moving on to Misty. Now, ironically, the reason that I had to beat this grunt was because I needed the TM Bulldoze to teach to Gyarados. I could toss it at its lifeless corpse, I guess, but I don't think I'll get very far. Oh well. Who needs good learn sets for the second gym leader? I heard that gym is easy, and it kind of was, sorta. Boltund opening its Politoed, and Bite was nice and chipping against the Clodsire that came out.
I was hoping we could flinch it to death, but it just kept recovering. And then when I finally clicked bulldoze, it critical hit me, so my Bolton died. Nido Queen got the revenge kill, and the easiest counter for me to deal with walked in. Toxicroak. It just swords danced. And then it got crit and died. Starmie with Scald was free on the Parasect pivot, and Leech Life was more than enough to punch us home. Ludicolo was also checked with Dry Skin Parasect as well. Lantern was a great check to the useless Mantine, and with only Politoed left, we snagged the badge for Misty and left the gym. And with hope and promise in my eyes, I made a business decision. Without Gyarados, I wasn't sure how viable this run was to go far, but defeating Misty in attempt 1 felt like a great sign of things to come. I let the run rest, celebrating my small victory and readying to move on. And a short 18 attempts later, I finally made it back, and I locked in. Misty, you're going down. Lilligant opened and slammed a bold Sleep Powder as she swapped into the Poison Frog. 2 bulldozes from Gyarados was enough to drop the Sleepy Guy, and Thunder Punch Ludicolo stepped in. Pivoting into Lantern, then to Liquid Ooze Tentacruel on Giga Drain, we set the stage for a Tentacruel takedown. Lantern dodged the confusion stepping in on Mantine's Hurricane and cleared its Wakenberry with a Spark before Misty walked this chunky cutie in. Meowstic one-shot this guy. Psyshock just clocked it. It was crazy stuff. And with Starmie now out, it was time to see if the best trick in the Radical Red book still worked. Golduck! Swift Swim, Me First, Wise Glasses, Boosted Thunderbolt always drops this guy. With Mantine out, I elected to headbutt flinch it to see if I can get the KO that way, and because I have that option whenever I want, it worked, and Gyarados cleared the final frog for our freedom. Holy, we did it, guys. We beat Radical Red. What a glorious day. And then I found out the truth. There's more gameplay after Misty. How could I have known that? Venturing into the Radical Red post-game now, I leveled everybody up to level 36 and prepared for a pretty brutal double battle. Camper Jeff is a known run stopper, but I thought I had the tools. Gyarados opened to Intimidate Drop and immediately switched out into Obstagoon. Sure, Ambipom had a fighting move and wanted to use it, but Uni here had access to one of my only protect moves, Obstruct. We got a double target on the Gooner, which was super important as Evil Dark Pulse Mr. Mime, and cleared it on the second turn as I swapped Gyarados back in on Arm Thrust. These fights do get really complicated to navigate because of how many things can happen when you don't have promised calcs like you would in, say, Run and Bun. Sending in Tentacruel and Lantern to counter Granbull and the double attack dropped Ambipom, I watched as Ambi switched out to reset its stat drops, Granbull dodged the Scald Burn, Lantern flip-turned out, and Tentacruel got paralyzed from Granbull's Thunder Punch. I needed another double switch, and made it happen through Lantern and Meowscarada. This next turn was the defining turn of the battle. I think it's the right thing to do. Yep, it's gonna hurt. Don't crit kill. Thank you. No. No way. Okay, I get the kill still. Good God. Can I get the burn here? Burn, 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 burn. Yes! Okay. All right, we are so back. We are so back. With the amount of things that just went our way, it was no problem at all navigating the final Ambipom and Berserker. And with that, encounter time, baby. Welcoming Glycopod, Frillish, and Underground Egg Guy. What the? What's that? It's an evil bird. Now, the SSN is a difficult one, and with 2 double battles in a rival fight, I had to prepare, but I did figure out a workaround for the first 2 double battles, and I want to share it with you. In old updates of Radical Red, you could walk by both fights with just 1 Pokemon in your party to get through them. Now, if you enter with just 1 Pokemon, you get a single battle, so you need the perfect Pokemon to represent your team if you're gonna try it. Introducing the 70% encounter in Pallet Town, Tentacruel, who combines Rest and Scald tactics to shred Samurott and Simisear pretty easy. And now 100% guaranteed encounter, Sylveon, whose Draining Kiss, Skill Swap, Fairy Wind, Rest set is enough to clear all of Cradilly, Tatsujiri, and Lumineon. This run was super fun because of the tools I had in my pocket, and this fight against Brendan was exemplary of that. U-turn Meowscarada opened to chip the crab and bait X-Scissor. First impression made contact with Slaking as it swapped in, and Obstagoon got knocked off as I switched that guy in. With Obstruct stalling non-truant turns, I thought I had the KO in the bag. Wrong. This AI hates me, and Plusle came in on a switch. Knowing now that the AI hates me though, I forecasted another switch and flip-turned with Lantern as Sceptile walked in. Of course, we got another one because Brendan's scared of me, obviously, and now Hariyama was on the floor. Can I finally get a knockout? We are speed tied right now. I won the speed tie!
What do we got?
Take that.
Oh!
I got one. That's crazy. Brendan kept metaphorically passing the baton to every member of his team anyways. And
I was just seeing if
I
the
did an okay
website
job
was
of.
working yet.
My next punch out was the Septile, who did not
But
rock the first impression. Immediately
because
after,
I hit
Slaking fell to low kick.
Diamond and TFT, so I can chill. Because I got
Turn safely into Tentacruel
3 weeks to hit the next rank. So just wanted to hit Diamond really bad because I was so close.
First impression Glycopod,
But I don't know if I got enough time to start any Pokemon in. Because I probably should have gone to sleep 2.5 hours ago, but that's boring and lame.
I elected to build a full team of Pokemon that could counter it and something else, and opened with Meowscarada to thwart.
I mean, I've just, you know, good night's rest. I think I only slept. I don't even know how many hours I slept last night. Because, like, I took a nap during the day, and then I slept probably like 4 hours during the night, so who knows what it all actually comes out to.
Down with Gentleman Tucker. Hello, Surge. Even though I predicted Wipe, I'm always pulling for you. Okay. That doesn't feel like those... I feel like you're not pulling for me. So I always go flip turn, first turn. I hope that it nasty plots. Yeah, great looks. So do a little bit of chip damage here. That's great. Nice. Now I go into Lilligant, who's going to bury this with Brick Break, which I do have. Nice. I went Black Belt. Nice. Rotom dies. Great looks. Having Lilligant at full health in the back is going to be valuable, I think. Palmo coming out now is not what I expected to see. With hard to predict post-KO AI, I knew I could only do so much in planning for this fight, but walking into Lantern now on Ice Punch was a dream come true. Icy Wind into Flip Turn did enough damage to put the mouse in range to die from first impression Golisopod. We take those. With Ampharos out and ready to Volt Switch, I knew I couldn't use Lantern's Volt Absorb because of Mold Breaker. I sent in Lilligant to hopefully bait out Raichu, and that's exactly what I got. Walking in for free, I poked it with a little U-turn while it set up a nasty plot and shaped the Golisopod added to its kill count. Hitmonlee started setting up like crazy with bulk ups, which was silly to do because Play Rough into Aqua Jet just ran over it. God, this Electrode's so scary. Chloroblast, Volt Switch, Explosion? I mean, what was it gonna use? Meowscarada tanked the opening Chloroblast, but then the unthinkable happened. Come on, HP Ice. No way. Does this kill? Don't kill me. Hold. Hold. Oh my god! Wait, and you emergency exit, right? Do you emergency exit? Yeah. Okay. It's just one Pokemon left. Woo! With Sylveon out playing wall to Ampharos, we had officially won the fight. Surge had zipped his last zap. Give me that damn third badge. And with that third badge and no deaths, I was over the moon. I felt like a new man. And at level 44, our team looked good. Jellicent, welcome to the team. Jarganical, welcome to the team. This was the dream. And we strung together a couple of wins against Alicia and Caitlyn before parading into Rock Tunnel to catch an adorably useless Citadel as well as take on Dana. Dana was a monster, but I was confident I had the stuff to get through that fight. Rabombi isn't an issue with Tentacruel, but every mon after has deadly potential. Salt cured Jarganical into Drain Punch Lilligant, bested Bouffalant, and Play Rough Azumarill smothered Klawitzer. And then things got tricky. The reason this fight is so hard is because every single opponent hits like a truck. This Rampardos was the king of the trucks. I went hard into Lilligant on Head Smash and lost literally all of my HP. You would think that I could outspeed and kill from here, but while you're right, the guy had a 25% chance to Accelerock me and I would just die. What's crazy is if I didn't take the damage from Bouffalant that I had just a turn prior, I would have never been in this spot. 25% chance to Accelerock. It did. Good night, Lilligant. Oh, how I'll miss you, buddy. It was fine. We figured out a route to killing it with Golisopod and used Azu to Aqua Jet the final Mag Mortar. And while Lilligant probably deserved a proper funeral as our first loss, I didn't have time, as an intense, complicated Perma-Sun double battle awaited me. You know, I say that, but using Cloud9, Golduck, and Gyarados, it's a guaranteed sweep, and I just button mashed my way through it. Now, it was this next double battle that really tested us. Super Nerd Aiden was a benchmark run stopper in previous updates, with a whole bunch of fast, scary bad guys and Queenly Majesty Mon stopping me from using all priority moves like
I did not know that.
With it on the floor, it can be a real tough one to navigate. But for you, chat, I'll try anything. Lear definitely helped Gyarados rock shiny Armarouge
Yeah.
the second turn, and
That's
Fortress
crazy.
looked great standing ground next to our Serpent. But the Basculegion that came out next was stressful. I had to tank a Power Whip and a Hydro Pump in the same turn, but with both of my bonds surviving, I was able to get a Rock Tomb off to ensure my whole team was now faster than this big stupid fish. Power Whip chunked the Obstagoon again, but Parting Shot on Basculegion was definitely going to be helpful taking another hit. Mightyena now in, I Poison Fanged it so as to chip and avoid triggering the weakness policy, and I relished in the glory of predicting the Shadow Ball that Obstagoon stepped in on. Serena was stressing me out now with its Power Whips, but I Parting Shotted it to drop its attack for a third time and used Crunch Mightyena to finish Basculegion. Arcanine now saw a knockout on every Pokemon I'd ever owned, except for maybe Jarganical. Go get him, buddy. Okay, oh, that's very scary. Oh, and Flare Blitz, that's so good. Okay, hold on. Hold on. We're doing okay. Nice, don't burn. Thank you, Aquatail. Great. That turn actually went super smooth, but with all of my chips on the table, I had to make a brutal, heartbreaking decision. Mightyena, you served me well. This is the designated Mightyena death fight every attempt, though. If I'm being honest, it's just so useful against the fight, but so frail and so not useful after. Rest in peace, Pog Dog, you played your role. And now things get crazy, as Radical Red gives you access to an unlimited amount of starter eggs, and according to my rule set, I could hatch one in every location that I skipped my encounter in. Now, what egg was I gonna start with? The fire, water, or grass one? Well, the fire, of course. I needed Incineroar. Guys, when I tell you I hatched every single other starter before I finally got Litten, I mean every one. I was pissed. But even still, after 9 egg hatches, I got our guy and prepared for Erica. And this fight was more complicated than it used to be. With a new opener in Ogerpon, a much stronger hitter than the Credelia that preceded it, I was gonna have to come up with some Eric Spolstra play calls. Did I do this right? Please tell me I did this right. Nice, good damage. Okay, now this should be U-turn. Show me U-turn. Thank you. Sceptile's not who I expected is here, but I'm cool with it. High horsepower, I believe. I'll go here. Nice. I knew it would switch out. I think this goes to Slowbro. Yeah. Okay. I'm expecting T-Wave here. I go here. I have 2 Mons that can deal with this, by the way, which is interesting. I went Cherry Berry for this purpose. Thank you. So I'm going to go Inferno March, which will do a good chunk of damage. It won't kill it. That's fine. Yep. Sludge Bomb's fine. Breakfast. No poison is electric. Okay, so what's it going to switch to here? What could it switch to here? It could switch to... I think it stays in. It switched out. Who's it go to? Give me that sweet burn. Give me that burn. Give it to me. Okay. High horsepower again. Okay. That also works. Does it now see a kill and want to go for it? That'd be great. Nice. Good night, Sceptile. Sceptile dies. We are on a roll right now. Kartana. You stress me out, but I have an unaware dirge. Unaware dirge dunks on Kartana. Yeah, do whatever you want.
Hey, Trey.
I don't care.
What's up?
Hang out.
Talks Trickety. For Brick.
What are we doing?
Nice. Let's go. Okay, sweet. Comes out. Lucha. This
Pretty much.
will either probably acrobatics here, which is the best move to get into.
My boy Zoran.
Nice. We're in such a good spot.
Zoran. What the hell is that?
Don't tell me you don't know
That's
who.
kind of yucky. Can I get an attack drop? Attack drop would be so neato.
Tell Taylor I'm
No,
disappointed
okay,
in
hold on,
her.
let me think about this. This could kill me. This kills me like
For
most of the
not,
time.
me not knowing
But
who Zoran
I
is.
Get out of jail free.
Yeah.
And it's you.
If
It's fine.
you know,
I'm unaware.
he's the
Good job.
farthest left person I've ever seen in American
This feels
politics.
really bad. Do I have anything that can deal with this?
He's running for
She
New
probably
York
doesn't know who
State.
that is.
No,
Yeah.
she knows who Zoran Mondani is.
It's not the power
He's
of
running for
Rain.
New York
Okay.
City mayor, and he's the goat.
This is Ivy Cudgel. Yeah.
The election's
crazy.
tomorrow,
Please
and I'm
be your
hoping he
turn.
wins.
This is very rare.
It's
that
close.
Turn. It's most likely Power Whip.
Close.
Going to Glycopod. Yeah, this is the safest bet
Yeah,
I have.
after that, pretty much.
Okay. I didn't know.
I mean,
what
you
item
could
I
go
used,
do the
so I'm glad this
sand
works out. I'm gonna go
people if
first
you haven't done the
impression here.
sand people yet.
Nice. Great. Inferno March. We did it. Good night, Erica. Welcome to
I
the
mean,
team. 2 new
you'd have, sir,
Pokemon,
to
Dreepy,
you
and somehow
as a
uglier
battle move.
Delmise. The next fights were against Rocket Grunt. This
You could use it in
neutralizing
battle.
gas truant slaking pair was completely negated with
I'm
Delphox
just
Incarnate
saying.
pounding the perpetrators. It was the
It's pretty good.
next fight that ruined my life.
It's a pretty good move.
Because what on earth
Yeah,
is a
you
Wind
know?
Rider Shiftry?
It's two
Cool
people.
ability. Shiftry was supposed to be one of those forgotten Pokemon that never gets updated or improved on, and now it's riding
Hater.
the what does that even mean? I faked out Talonflame and Pin Missile Shiftry so I didn't have to find out, which was cool, but the fight disintegrated into madness.
Because it
really
does 10
quickly
less
after that. I don't know what
VP.
an Okie Dogie is.
Max
but I
damage,
hate
OP.
it. Intim drops were enough to make it hurt less.
I'm about to drop the hammer on somebody.
Intim drops.
Ow!
Through fake
Lord
outs and
Barry,
diligent
can we
positioning,
play?
I was able to
Can
get
you
out,
not
but rip
have your claws out?
Delphox. Maybe the second worst starter in fire type history. I'll still miss it. And yeah, Giovanni was
What do you
next,
got for
but
that
I was gonna use
mega
my Delphox
slacking?
to beat that Nidoking. So this might be bad. Why are you guys nervous? I'm not nervous. You guys are nervous.
I'll take that as a nothing.
I turn 1 at least. You suck. Okay. That's crazy, actually. That is an insane turn. Did I bring an Aqua Jetmon in? No. You suck. This could still work out, but it's starting to get a little dicey. Okay. That's fine. Show me Torterra.
Yeah.
If we get Torterra, we're in such a good spot. Oh my god. I cannot believe we got that. Okay. Use
you
Woodhammer,
had
I
one.
guess.
You know?
Did I teach rest to this guy? I don't think I did. Oh my god, I got that. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna lunge here. Lunge was correct. Versus it's at +1 attack now. I go rapid spin here. Am I Citrus Berry? I think I am, right? I am. Okay, we're in the perfect spot. If it shell smashes again, do I care? It shouldn't. Okay. That's so fine. That's so fine. Get rid of rocks. We're good. This is Fire Blast, which is probably the best move for you to walk in on. It is definitively the best move for you to walk in on. Yeah. Brine? Yeah, that's what I expected. Don't crit, don't para, don't crit, don't para. Don't crit, don't para.
True.
Thank you. We should get the kill here. Water Bubble should do enough. Thank you. Okay. That worked out for me. What's next? Okay. Crap. Let me think about this. I wanted to go into... Ow. I wanted to go into, Golisopod, but it just didn't make sense. Nice. We get the kill here. Well, we might not. It's possible we don't get the kill here, which would be a bummer, but it'd be okay. Yeah, that is a bummer. Wow. That sucks. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't switch, but it's
Not.
Thanks. It's gonna
They
use
have
whatever
one, right?
move it wants next turn. It's gonna be awesome. No matter what, I think I always pivot Golisopod. Unless it goes Kangaskhan. First impression.
Surely.
Right. Bye-bye.
Okay, yeah.
Big Kanga. I'm just gonna go Razor Shot. Like, it's not gonna kill me. No Para's great. Sucky Punch. Good night. Final Mon comes out. It's Orthworm. It can't Shed Tail anymore. I just Sucker Punch. Good night. We did it. We're through, baby. I squashed Bugsy in minutes to grab the U-turn TM and completely forgot about the Brick Break TM that I was supposed to use on Rillaboom and Incineroar before Ruth in Pokemon Tower. Lock in, boys. This one was going to be rough. Fake out into Drum Beating was enough to conquer the squishy guy on the right, and a couple punches to Cresselia took that guy down too.
This Frostmoth Pokemon is so bad. I was faster.
This Shell Smash Poltegeist set up. I swapped in Skeledirge and Obstagoon, hexing the Polt and parting shotting to clear its White Herb. Rillaboom was bleeding, so I switched Bombirdier in and was reminded that Unaware also negates attack drops against our Skelly. Ouch. Knockoff smacked Bell's Teapot into the dirt next, and Spirit Break.
Can you use the normal berry?
Ended the volatile run of the Gen 9 Avian just moments later. Personally, I love when Pokemon survive at 1 HP, and then they
That's not how that
critically
works.
hit me,
Scroll
and then I lose
up.
the most important member of my team. That's one of my... Who needs Wolfie's feline arch nemesis anyways? Trashmon for the trash section of my box, right? We tamed the ghostly beasts.
Yeah.
Another Marowak at the top of the tower, and headed into a gauntlet of grunts.
I know. I'm just making sure you know that's there.
Fox loss and Incineroar's tragedy. I was demoralized.
I
Incineroar
know,
was
I'm
actually
just making
supposed
sure
to
you know
come to
that's
this
there.
fight and check the Mr. Rhyme, and now at least Pelipper was easy to take down with
In case you
Voltavich
find something
and
that resists a
Overquill
fairy
dropped
move and a
into
fighting
Dry
move and
used
can
as
do it in a reasonable
hell.
time frame.
I then used Knockoff as the opponent switched into Ninetales to clear its choice specs, which meant that I couldn't lock it
This
into a
guy's
move and my
always
life was
got
now
his
worse.
stall themes.
Holy Throw. I didn't even teach Fortress a steal move either. I had to click Volt Switch to do...
Damn, I wish I would have fucking...
Jellison was capable of stalling it out with Nightshade and recover, thank goodness, but tanking Freeze Dry after Freeze Dry, I was down at half health and Mr. Rhyme came in. And then I made my final mistake. I didn't against the Psychic.
Did I miss
watched
something?
As my Durs fell into death range to all of this Mr. Rhyme's moves. I had no priority moves on any of my Pokemon, nor mobs that outsped this.
Why did
losing
Facade not affect Blissey?
Might be
It's Zoroark.
the single most
Oh,
humiliating ways
okay, I
to
did
do
miss
a
something.
Nuzlocke attempt.
Okay.
In conclusion, is this game Nuzlockable? Well, maybe. With a little luck and a deeper understanding of the AI, I definitely think it's at least possible to make an Elite Four run. I'm glad to have finally stepped into the Radical Red meets Paldea waters, and I'm grateful you guys came along for the ride. Shout out to the Patreon subscribers DJ, Victoria, Kiri, Prita, Tyler, Chad, Vicento, and Grant. You guys are the best. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Meet Asana, a work management platform that helps companies get more done and save more time. Teams can stay connected while they track updates and visualize timelines. Asana, a smarter way to work. Try it for free today at asana.com.
This summer, there's something in the water. There's something in the air. There's something in the streets. Universal.
This is the closest ROM hack to Radical Red that we have ever seen. Introducing Emerald Imperium, maybe the most all-encompassing ROM hack we've seen since Radical Red. With Pokemon up through Generation 9, harder fights, and expansion content like new Megaforms and a modified storyline, this game is a Pokemon fanatic's dream. In order to explore this new hack, I attempted a hardcore Nuzlocke. And if you're just here to learn about a new hack, I promise I'll try to cover every feature this hack has to offer along the way. The title screen is gorgeous, but the run begins in classic Hoenn fashion. I have been locked in the back of a moving truck. The Radical Red options prompt was presented, and I chose normal mode over easy mode. Obviously, I'm the hardcore guy. If we ignore the innate ethical dilemma of shoving 10-year-olds into moving vans, things are quite nice once we arrive in Little Root Town. Mom is here, Dad's on TV. The first thing I noticed to be different is that Professor Birch is now a globalist. Choose any starter from the history of ever? Count me in. I chose the best one, Chespin, and I started paving my way north to explore the region and what differences I
And you
could
can use
find.
Spiky
There's definitely
Shield.
some weird Pokemon in the grass, but outside of that and the extra Nurse Joy that sits in the Pokemon Center and offers to change your natures, things were pretty standard. Also, it's raining on Route 102, and my Pokemon's following behind me. Can I just say, there's a ton of ROM hacks that implement this follower sprite feature, but none do it like this game. I didn't find a single Pokemon without a follower sprite throughout my entire playthrough. It was incredible. Once in Petalburg, I ran up to Dad, who had a Slaking following him around. Wally caught a Ralts. Petalburg Forest was actually really normal, and we were headed to the bridge in Rustboro. Dawn? Hello? This storyline takes its
Hello?
twist.
Why is this not?
Dawn tries to
Oh, because it's Zoroark.
and we get a peek at some interesting AI mechanics on the first turn, as Baneri waffles back to Noibat on the Rock Smash from Micro Brawler. It was fine. Slowpoke thwarted the Brawly Bat's brutal bludgeoning,
I
inviting
can't
out
believe it
Piplup.
doesn't still
Here
just
we
copy
learn
the
about
thing that
another
Zoroark
AI mechanic.
is.
If the opponent is slower and sees that
I feel
it's
like it should
gonna
work in
die,
some
it will
way.
slam a priority move to at least get some
I agree.
damage off. But yeah, Chespin clapped Piplup and Crabrawler finished the Baneri. Rustboro, baby, it's a whole city and it looks just like it always has. And while normally Roxanne serves as the next obstacle here, we got a different first fight for you that you probably weren't expecting. Rourke. Hosting a team of Shieldon, Tyron, and Cranidos, I wasn't super threatened. Crabrawler trivialized Shieldon and Cranidos, and a Leech Seed into a whole bunch of pivots brought down Tyron. Great news, there's no anti-cheat AI, so I never have to worry about switching too much like I would have in Radical Red. We got the Rock Tomb TM as well as the Muscle Band for completing this fight. Side note, getting Bronzor in what's traditionally known as Whismur Tunnel is a hilarious switch up. With a hard level cap at 15, I prepared to take down Roxanne. And we were going to be putting Roxanne to sleep here, just like the sponsor of today's video has been putting me to sleep. Dream. Embrace better sleep for a productive year. Sleep plays a major role in productivity, whether that's at work, working out, or in my case, trying to beat my best attempt at a Pokemon challenge. On the surface, Dream is a nighttime blend in sleepy hot cocoa, but on the inside, Dream is packed with all natural ingredients like melatonin, magnesium, L-theanine, and reishi mushrooms that support all 4 stages of sleep.
Dream is third-party tested and clinically shown to improve sleep. For me, this has been exactly the case. I've been using their cinnamon cocoa flavor, which is delicious. There are several options to choose from too if you'd like to try out something else. It's a cozy nighttime routine with 15 calories only. With electronic distractions at every turn, I've been using Dream to unwind after a long day and really get my sleep schedule consistent. Click on the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen and use code WACKO to get up to 35% off your order today. Again, that's code WACKO for up to 35% off of your order. All you have to do is click on the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. Thank you to Dream for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back into taking on Roxanne here. Roxanne was tough, swapping from Rhyhorn into water-absorbed Paldean Whooper immediately. Bronzor walled this little guy and confused it over and over until it perished. Chespin was too tough for Nosepass, and Gligar swapped in next. The ground flying type served a stark contrast from what I'm used to seeing on Gym 1s, but Corphish was good enough to bring that home. Only the opening Rhyhorn remained. Against the rock, I used Smash, and we were on our way to Brawly. Now, the plot here is similar to the usual as we hunt down the Aqua Grunt that yanked the Devon goods as well as Pico and return to Rustboro to receive the Pokénav. What's different is that the rival fight south of this town is no longer optional, but rather a mandatory throwdown of real consequence. Bronzor was a pretty healthy check to Golbat, but Liepard had to Sucker Punch to hammer us home. I tried using Leech Seed to punish Combuskin, but it switched out. Update, AI does not like being leech seeded and will switch out at any opportunity. Also, Kubfu is on the floor, which I beat with Mighty Enna. This whole sequence has been a disaster, but the run continues on. Crabrawler chipped Combuskin, which Corphish was able to finish, and the final Hatchrim waltzed in. It's gonna be ugly. Show me Psybeam. Okay. I'm gonna Torment here.
Oh my god, dude.
Okay. Because that, I knew that. This is ridiculous.
Can't believe that didn't kill.
What? What is going... Okay, I'm just gonna... You piece of work! Why? Will I ever get to attack? Who knows? I'm killing this thing with Sucker Punch right now. It's dead. Give me one! How many times did I just... Dude, I got farmed. That's crazy. Whatever. Liepard sucks. Mighty Enna rules. And while I had just lost my first Mon, I was feeling good about things so far. With my heart full and my brain empty, I asked Gardania if she wanted to get lunch sometime. She proceeded to nuke my entire run with her Roserade. I sold the bag. I wasn't even a mandatory fight. I just opted to get my ass kicked.
It is tragic, but it's 1 o'clock in the morning, so I gotta go to sleep.
Plowed through the early game and only stopped to smell roses for a moment.
Keep away.
Snakewood bulbs. It's because you didn't love him enough. That might be true. Dude, he's still... Dog, are you okay? Why are you white? Back to Gardania, I elected to leave that demon the hell alone. She did not treat me well, and I am moving on. Instead, I made it to Dewford, where there was an outdoor market, and Steven Stone was still in his little cave. Now, I had no means to deliver the parts to Slateport yet, as the grunts now blocked the entrance to the shipyard until I defeated Brawly. Alright, whatever. I'll go take Brawly on now. What the hell is that? Rey Mysterio's a lot mousier than I remember him being. Ivysaur sapped up all of his Pika Juice with Mega Drain, and Girder walked in. Butterfree put this guy to sleep and two-shot it, inviting out Lycanroc. You know what beats Lycanrocs? Little spaghetti boys. Take that. Alolan Sandslash on Brawly's team for a little variety threw me for a loop, but Gyarados made it into a chew toy, and the final Hairy Mama guarded the pearly second gym badge front and center. Butterfree beat the snot out of it. Psybeam went crazy, but with the risk of waking up imminent, it was Throw who would have to deliver the final blow. Badge 2, baby. We're on a roll. Now I got to speak with Captain Stern, which was nice. And the fight in the museum made me think, but not for longer than a moment as we rocked the Water Boys. Drake of the Elite Four said hi to me at the exit, which was different. I don't think I've ever seen his sprite outside of the Elite Four. It was 110 rival time, and oh boy, Brendan has a Crobat. It U-turned, so I set up rocks to mitigate what has been a very Switch-happy AI, and I got my first KO on Whimsicott. Kubfu was still hanging around like your friend's annoying younger brother, but had no capability of dealing with my throw, and then it switched out.
This whole new opponent every turn thing is getting on my nerves. I crushed Crobat with Rock Tomb, and despite my intentions of conquering Combuskin with Swanna, once again the AI countered me. What a circus. Eventually, Gyarados took down Matang, throw-throttled Kubfu, and Swanna got its check-in on Combuskin. Maybe a lengthier fight than it needed to be, we prevailed towards Mauville. I should note that there were several mini-bosses that I'm not covering as I tell the story here. With a few extra legitimate optionals in between every section of the game, there's no opportunity to turn your brain off. In Mauville, I found the Stat House, where in a standard playthrough of this game, you could modify your EVs and IVs. Also, the bike guy here gives us both the Acro and Mach bike, so no need to go back for one or the other if you're in a pinch. We ventured east of Mauville to snag a good rod, grabbing a couple of water encounters, and plunging into the Wally fight prior to Watson's house. And Wally is a real trainer that you need to plan for, but outstanding performances from Golisopod, Swanna, and Togekiss stomped him out. Probably relevant, that Togepi was a gift from the Rustboro Pokemon Center a while ago, and I used Pomeg berries from Dewford's Market, plus the shiny stones given by my rival on 110 to evolve it. Preparing for Watson was weird because the hard level cap at 34 means I can't get every Pokemon to fully evolve. Looking at you, Palpitoad! And I was about to walk into that gym when I remembered something. Gardania was still sitting idly in Petalburg Forest. And why was that relevant? Well, not only did she beat me up last time, but Gardania's team gets stronger if I take her on after Watson. Now is when she's the most vulnerable. I needed my revenge. And my goodness, did I take it. Flinching the opening Roserade and clearing it in just 2 hits, this fight was wrapped for poor Gardania before it even started. I almost felt bad when we snagged the Eviolite from her. Watson next, I matched up pretty well against the opening Deden. Well, I would've if it didn't Volt Switch out. Combining this AI with Volt Switch is diabolical, but I'm proud to announce that even though we had to take on a Mega Lux Ray, Golisopod was able to one-shot the Dark type with First Impression. We stomped on this fight, barring the final Vikavolt, whose coverage was just super awkward to deal with. Weighing my options, I elected to let Dreadneasy go, and had Golisopod pick up the slack. 3 badges in, we had just taken our first death. And the game gets crazy from here. I have never seen a game with this kind of difficulty curve. Usually games are easy or hard start to finish. This game lulls you into a false sense of security before, boom, dead Roserade. This Azu fight was part of a series of fights in the beach house just outside Slateport. By defeating these 3 trainers, we received our next gift Pokemon, Charcadet. The super cool guy turned into the Ghost Fire Pokemon Severledge and promised to be an excellent addition to the team. I mean, it's clicking Flash Cannon, right guys? Yeah, this is Flash Cannon. In this moment, 2 things happened at once. Severledge died, which like, boo, you know, that sucks. Also, this is one of 2 Mega Empoleon forms. The Great Wall of Penguin did me in. How did this happen? This was in the second Dawn fight I'd run into, as she blocks my pathway north to Flan's gym. But, great news, though, after defeating Dawn, it was now encounter time. Oh! 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 Alright! Insane pull. I should let you guys know you do get the shiny charm at the beginning of the game from Mom, but it's still super rare to find shinies like this. We grabbed a Darumaka and a Slackoth en route to Falarbor, where the game got super radical red coded. Starter eggs are back, baby, and they're just as good as they've always been. I hatched a couple and used the ability patches you receive at this point to secure some hidden abilities. There were some optional trainers that needed to be taken care of, but the story maintained mostly the same. Meteor Falls showdown, and then all of a sudden, I'm next to a volcano fighting for the survival of Earth. And here is the quickest, most brutal difficulty spike in the game. What do you mean I'm fighting a rock-immune Mega Centiskorch in a double battle? I did take it down, and then Paldean Tauros fell, and Contrary Superior as well. Taking down the right side next through Cradilium Bombardier, only Iron Thorns remained, who I was able to graciously navigate with my big strong Venusaur. Tabitha next wielded a bunch of beefy threats, capped off with a Mega Houndoom. Throw tanked the hell out of a flamethrower from that dog to clock it, and the rest of the fight was trivial. It was Maxi time. Maxi has a Mega Camera and a Choice Specs Chi-Yu. What's a Chi-Yu? Gigalith opened and exploded on me for no reason at all. And then we got Chi-Yu immediately. Who beats Chi-Yus? Gyarados? Maybe? It switched into Cacturne for Water Absorb. Bro. Togekiss swapped in for me, and then back to Gyarados. Bulldoze was enough to conquer the evil Goldfish. And after a little navigating, I was actually able to drop Colossal with a flip turn and take down the final Mega Camerupt with Gyarados as well. Maxie left Mount Chimney, and then Drake once again made a guest appearance. Why was he traveling the whole region with me? I don't know, I just assumed he was trying to help out with the bad guys. Down to Flannery Land, I passed Maylene and skipped over the Eevee egg that you can get from this town. Flannery was waiting for me with her shiny Infernape, and I was committed to giving her the business. And once again, things got pretty switch heavy as Ninetales switched to Rotom, switched to Scovillain. Giga Drain did quite a bit to Typhlosion. I was pretty surprised, but also confident that Typhlosion could tank a Scorching Sands. Wrong. I was very wrong. It just died. I know it had Life Orb, but goddamn, I had 100 HP. With Sun finally down and Chlorophyll deactivated, I thought I could take it out. But more swapping from Flan kept her in the driver's seat, with pivot after pivot stalling me and my HP out. The nail in the coffin was Flannery's Infernape, Mega Evolving. Adaptability 145 base attack Infernape was just way too much for any single mon to take on. In hindsight, I should have let something die and moved from there, but you know, hindsight's 2020, and I clearly was not good enough when this happened. I'm good enough now. Swampert did tank close combat and gave us the KO, but there was just far too little juice left on this team to take specifically Ninetales on, who survived Power Gem Starmie with 1 HP and completed the takedown of my team. Attempt 2 had ended brutally, but I was proud of the progress we had made, and the game had become consistently harder as I played. I needed to know how much harder the game got from here. I decided to drop the Nuzlocke portion of my playthrough here and scout out the rest of the game from a Nuzlocking perspective. I had to know what Norman had in store, but I ventured there only to get turned down, as the Trick House was now a mandatory part of the story. In this game, the Trick House is a 9-trainer dungeon with the grand prize of a Mega Ring, and using that Mega Ring, you now get access to all of the different Mega Stone evolutions you'd collected throughout the gameplay. And there were more to collect, like the Gyarados and Dreadnought from Crash or Wake that you can challenge once you get Surf. The only thing to do now is beat Norman so I can get it. This fight is nuts. Just absolutely nuts. Mind Eye Blood Moon Ursaluna hits ghost types and makes life suck. And even if you beat it, what's in the back? Mega Slaking. What? Who thought this guy needed a stat and ability boost? Norman's squad is comically difficult, and taking it down Deathless took a lot of risk, but I ended up stalling out Slaking's Earthquakes to defeat it with Ceruledge and powering us through badge number 5. Surf was actually located in a mini trainer gauntlet in the desert, which was a fun little change, and Steven Stone met us on the other side of the Mauville Beach, where he usually is. Waltzing over to the Weather Institute, a Mega Machamp double battle served a roadblock to defeating Shelly. I asked Swanna to no-guard Hurricane the Mega Monster as Fake Out Rillaboom took care of Armaldo. I was in awe as I found out Machamp's ability, Aura, was Parental Bond? Stop! Skill Link Armaldo murdered my Swanna, but Golisopod rocked both Ogurpin and... can't say Ogurpin in the video. Ogurpon and Greninja. After taking down that side, I had to roll through Armaldo, Iron Jugulus, and Starmie. The only Pokemon that survived was Golisopod. My goat strikes again? Shelly's team was pretty tough, with Choice Specs Keldeo being the real killer, but after conquering that with relative ease, our next big fight was against Brendan on the British Fortree. Metagross, Urshifu, and Mega Blaziken were a crazy trio. How these fights kept scaling to be harder was beyond me. Dreadnought sent the opening Crobat back to its maker, and I asked Furcoat Walrein to ticket us through a punchy Metagross. Brian actually worked, but Blaziken was next, and wanted to Thunderous Kick me. I don't know what that move does. Well, I didn't anyways until it hit me and my defense dropped, which in an effort to better communicate my feelings I will share with you, made me sad. But look at this little guy take a Blaze Kick next turn and actually one-shot it with Psychic. Brilliant plays by this guy. Venusaur sapped up all of Basculegion's health except for 1, which meant Venusaur was now taking a Life Orb Ice Beam on the dome. It worked, but is Tangrowth a good check to fighting Dark Urshifu with Ice Punch? No. Is Tangrowth my check to fighting Dark Urshifu with Ice Punch? Yes! Oh, well, not really. Aqua Jet rocked it, though. Sludge Bomb Venusaur took out the final Whimsicott, and the fight was over. That was tough as hell. Kecleon Gaming with a new level cap of 68. I braced myself for the Winona fight. The major threats from her squad were going to be Aggron, Flygon, Thundurus, and Mega Altaria, but I was bringing a squad. Passimian with Punch 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 took out Aggron, inviting out Thundurus, and Thundurus took a couple mons to take down, including Venusaur and Electros, but a masterful performance from Slowbro G took down Mega Altaria all on its own. The final pieces of Winona's team crumbled by the hands of Ceruledge and Walrein, and Badge 6 was in hands. And now we reach a point in the game where Emerald Imperium really becomes its own beast. Instead of being a standard ROM hack of Pokemon Emerald, we get a completely new story with a different sequence of events. Dawn challenges us in Lilycove using her Mega Empoleon to halt us in our tracks before letting us double back to Mount Pyre. There we meet Maxie, not Archie, who is acting alone at the top of the temple. And the next step isn't to chase after him, but rather to head straight into Aqua Hideout to take down Matt. Except Matt's no longer here, Archie is, with Iron Bundle and Mega Sharpedo. Good God. Golem was strong enough to wall the opening Overquill, and getting Golisopod in on Aquajet was a brilliant way to one-shot the Angry Shark. Demon in, I asked Walrein to beat it with Rock Tomb. I was getting pummeled, and I was not doing enough back to it. It's okay, when nobody got me, Venusaur got me. Right, guys? Right, guys? Golisopod had to take care of things from there. Tangrowth walled Poliwrath, Golem sacrificed himself to take down the Electros, and the final Basculegion couldn't sniff Tangrowth either. After beating him, Archie jumps into the water and escapes in the submarine anyways. What was the point of fighting? He just did what he wanted to do in the first place. The next step for us in the game was to defeat the Gauntlet of Trainers on the way to Moss Deep, which was a really unique and challenging twist to what's normally just an open ocean with some stray trainers. At some point during the conquest of this entourage, however, someone informed me that I could double back to Baron and secure a free Melton? What? Yeah, I wanted that. He did have a Mega Caparaja, which was crazy, but we secured the little guy and made him into a big scary Melmetal at the touch of a button. Have you ever taken on Tate and Liza, except they have 2 Megas and some Legendaries and Paradox Mons? Actually, I think this is my second time. I think Run and Bun did that too. By sending out Rillaboom, I was able to set grassy terrain, enabling Golisopod to defeat Iron Leaves with first impression, and letting Rillaboom fake out Tapu the very next turn. Pin Missile did a ton of work on Farigiraf, dropping it with 3 hits. I'll be honest, I thought Sucker Punch would knock this Mega Alakazam out. I was wrong. Also, I did not think Moonblast would one-shot Rillaboom from 75% HP. I knew it was +1 after Calm Mind, but oh my god. The next turn, Tapu Lele sold the bag and tried to set up again. Double Iron Bash blitzed the Behemoth, and the second Mega walked in. With both Super Pokemon staring me down, I thought Melmetal might survive a Focus Blast from Alakazam. I now think that I'm an idiot. I used Incineroar to fake out Mega Kangaskhan, and Shadow snuck the last of Sam's HP. Will-O-Wisp burned Kanga, and a combination of Golisopod, Ceruledge's chips, and Smant's kind words guided us through. There was a turkey after that, but we don't have to talk about it. This was badge number 7. After defeating Tate and Liza, the story takes you into the Moss Deep Space Center. You might be expecting the classic double battle with Steven, but Drake actually took your place and did the fight for you. Maxie got away, and the 2 dispersed to, I don't know, wherever. Once in Magma Hideout, the challenge is vastly different than the vanilla game. While it's normal to see Tabitha here, this time she's teamed up with Courtney for an 8v6 back-to-back battle. No heals in between, your task is to take down 2 tough teams of 4. And Golem showed out for us, clocking Centiskorch, letting Togekiss take on Superior and Starmie Rock Komodo, and certifying our victory with a mean Rock Tomb on Talonflame. The second fight was a little different, as Tabitha opened with a mouse that was way faster than I thought it would be. Faster than Starmie? Really? Also, I know Primarina is not the most physically defensive Mon, but this is a wild one-shot. My new best play was to just go back to Golem, which also did not work. My team was on the brink of losing this one, but then I locked in. If this was a Nuzlocke, how would I get out? Well, I would swap to Gyarados for the Intim drop, and then send in Throw to stop up damage like the tank he is. From there, I would fire off a Bulldoze to do as much damage as possible, and potentially manipulate the AI into sending out a ground immune Mon in the back. Storm Throw the next turn gave me that exact interaction and a knockout on Hydreigon. Emboar was here. I outsped it and one-shot it with Aqua Tail. I couldn't afford to let Palmot chip Throw on a pivot, so I sacked Togekiss here for momentum and took the Palmot out the next turn. Tabitha's ace was all that remained. The Mega Houndoom clobbered Bro. And it all came down to this. Comes down to not Zam. I'm gonna bulldoze and then I'm gonna Aqua Tail. I don't know what this secondary effect is. I completely forget. But this is a scary move to see. Flinch chance. Good God. Don't flinch. Hold, hold, hold. Thank you. Okay. Am I faster? Can I just kill? We're through. Okay. Oh my God. One Pokemon left alive, but we're through. Bleeding through the admins, Maxie's team was next. And it was not easier. Between dealing with Incineroar, Chi-Yu, Mega Camerupt, and the water-immune Primal Groudon in the back, it did take me 2 tries to get through this insane fight. I had to leave Incineroar up for most of the fight and chip at the left side so as to stop Desolate Land from canceling out my water-type endeavors on Mega Camerupt. Once strategically handled, I meandered into Steven's house for the dive HM and went for a little snorkel, a little swimmy guy I am. Boom, I'm in a cave. Bang, Matt and Shelly are giving me the parallel 8v6 to what I just dealt with in Magma Hideout, and it's significantly easier, but still scary. After clearing that one, we made it to the final bad guy fight, a double battle against Archie. Wielding a Primal Kyogre and a bunch of filler Pokemon that I figured I could beat up, I headed into the fight. And I was mostly right. Rillaboom used drum beating to defeat 1, 2, 3, Primal Kyogre, and Mega Sharpedo. Disgusting. Just a disgusting performance by Peachal. Bravo. There was a thunderstorm in Satopolis to chase next, where all of the main characters of this story aligned in Maxie, Archie, Dawn, Steven Stone, and now Wallace. Well, except for 3. Scott, who I hate and you should too. Brendan, who I really do not care about. And Drake, whose character arc as a huge help in thwarting the evil bad guys was brand new to this hack. Not that I really care where these guys are at. I mean, there are monsters drowning the planet. I walked into the Cave of Origin to tell Wallace about this cool place that I've never been to, nor heard of, called the Sky Pillar, and I offered to meet him there. Before scaling the tower, Wallace leaves. I climb it myself in my relentless pursuit to save the world, only to find Drake has beat me to it. This is great news, because he is an adult and I am a child. Maybe I should not be saving the world. It seems now you are the only one that can stop me from leaving here with Rayquaza, which would allow Groudon and Kyogre to unleash. Wait, no, I wasn't ready! I wasn't ready! Drake, I didn't get to set my team up! I have a Floatzel on this squad! No, not a double battle! Okay. Alright, crap! Yeah, I got the crap beaten out of me. Drake ran away with Rayquaza, let Groudon and Kyogre destroy the world, and the game was over. In actuality, Drake waited for us there, like the nice evil guy that he is. And I brought in the A squad this time. Mega Infernape was far too strong for Magearna, and Salamence crumbled at the beam of ice Starmie shot at it. Gouging Fire and Archaludon were a crazy second duo. I thought adaptability close combat from Infernape would do a lot to Gouging Fire. Not nearly as much as I thought. Hydro Pump, strong move. Did not do what I expected it to do either. Also, what is Electric Shot? Why did Archaludon Spatic just boost? Power Herb? Yeah, my Starfish did not like that, so it died. Better yet, next turn I swapped in Togekiss and Archaludon just Steel Beamed it on entry. It attacked a Fire type with that. Swampert at least defeated Gouging Fire, and close combat from Infernape avenged our fallen Togekiss. I knew Infernape was going down to Dragon Ascent here. I just hoped my final 3 Mons could handle Mega Rayquaza and Water Nation Tauros. Dragon Pulse, okay, we should... Breakfast. Ow. Okay. Honestly, give me a little Frostbite action. Frostbite? Nope, okay. Should have double targeted. Oh my god. Oh no. I should have just double targeted. Oh my god. No way I lose this. No way I lose this. I don't have Dazzle Gleam. I do have Draining Kiss. Okay. Breakfast? No, it went for the most damaging move. That's crazy. Okay, all right, we get the kill. All right, it comes down to this. I just need to not get flinched 1 time. Click close combat. Why wouldn't you? This is a very close combat opportunity. No. Just need to not get flinched. Just don't get flinched. Thank you. We did it. Oh my god, what an insane fight. What an insane fight. We free the lizard to save the day, and Drake retires from the Elite Four like a dramatic crybaby. Back to Satopolis, we watch Rayquaza descend to save the day and start yapping with all of our old friends. Once they leave, Wallace gives us access to the 8th gym, and it's time for the final step in our journey, becoming the Pokemon champion. Juan was in our way, and I had the perfect plan to get by him. First, the now fairy type leader needed to have his terrain changed from misty to grassy. After a first turn switch out, I had to do it again. Good news though, it flip turned and sacrificed its Flutter Mane, which I greatly appreciated. Typhlosion was brought in next to counter Rapidash, and I found a bug. Nice. That's my favorite glitch ever. That was great. We should do that more often. I liked that. I cannot believe it took recoil damage even though my flash fire went off. I leaned into this because I thought it was funny, and I let Rapidash knock itself out with Wild Charge. I tried setting in Typhlosion to deal with Tinkaton, but it switched out into Ursaluna, who tanked an Eruption much better than I thought he would. It did not, however, tank a drum beating from Pichal, and Typhlosion got its revenge on Tinkaton shortly after. And with Juan's ace Mega Diancie out and at him, I sent in King Gambit to tank Diamond Storm and then Earth Power and Ironhead the Beast into Oblivion. It was just Tapu Fini remaining. And Venusaur was the perfect check with a Poison Grass type that walled the heck out of the Water Fairy. Thank you for the badge, bozo. Ah, Victory Road, the place where you demolished Dawn and her Pheromosa, Blacephalon, and Mega Empoleon. Brendan and his Metagross, Urshifu, Tapu Bulu, and the Mega Blaziken. And you get a Cubfu from Brendan as a little parting gift to maybe help you get through the Elite Four. I made it into the Dark type one because I thought it synergized best with the types we'd be seeing in the Elite Four and prepared for Victory Road. And Wally's team in here is definitely wild. I flip turn here into Infernape, and I think I can sweep from there. Don't die! Thank you. And Celesteela, good night. All right, we did it. Good night. Dude, Mega Infernape goes crazy. Oh, I got the Slackite. Let's go. And from here, there were quite a few mandatory trainers that you definitely have to plan for, but nothing was really bothersome. Once at the Elite Four gates, I realized I may have skipped some optional trainers that may or may not be useful to address. So I addressed them. Fantina tossed me the Shadow Ball and Psychic TMs. Maylene, thank you for Drain Punch. And Wake, thank you for Gyarados and Dreadnought. It was Elite Four time, and I had assembled a hell of a squad. Togekiss, Melmetal, Incineroar, Golisopod, Swampert, and Infernape. With all of my bases covered, I dove in. Sydney has one of two teams. This one happened to be the Trick Room team, with Galar Moltres swapping into Monkey Dory. What is a Monkey Dory? Melmetal tried to hit it, but it left. And then Victini took its place. Incineroar could probably have taken it down if Guzzlord didn't swap in, and then back to Monkey. I mean, this was getting ridiculous. Good news, I was definitely doing more damage than I was taking, and drew first blood on Moltres just a few turns later, and then I had to take out Victini. I'm just gonna get the flinch. It's gonna Trick Room. I know what it's gonna use, right? Yeah, so that's fine. So then I kill it. Nice. Am I scared of damage? And then Sydney has one of two teams. This one happened to be the Trick Room team, with Galar Moltres swapping into Monkey Dory. What is a Monkey Dory? Melmetal tried to hit it, but it left. And then Victini took its place. Incineroar could probably have taken it down if Guzzlord didn't swap in, and then back to Monkey. I mean, this was getting ridiculous. Good news, I was definitely doing more damage than I was taking, and drew first blood on Moltres just a few turns later, and then I had to take out Victini. I'm just gonna get the flinch. It's gonna Trick Room. I know what it's gonna use, right? Yeah, so that's fine. So then I kill it. Nice. Am I scared of Grimmsnarl? I mean, what is this gonna do? I'm gonna get a flinch again. What on earth is a Mega Grimmsnarl? There was more on this sheet? What is that? I don't like this at all. Thanks. All right, kill it. Move on. Move along. That was horrific. That was not good. Guzzlord and Absol could not figure out Moonblast from Togekiss, and we were moving on to Elite Four number 2. And Phoebe was not easier than Sydney. I might even call the fight harder. My opening plan was to air/flinch Weezing, which obviously worked, but it switched out into whatever this is before I could drop it. Fazandipity? I don't know. Double Iron Bash just eviscerated it, and Lunala walked in. It used Moonbeam on me, which certainly hurt, but Double Iron Bash was respectable and damage output through multi-scale. And then it healed with Moonlight, which is only a problem because at full HP, this thing takes half of its normal damage intake. It's okay. That itty bitty sliver of HP that's gone right there meant Incineroar was lined up to Darkest Lariat us home. Once again, I do not know what this guy is, but I beat it up a little bit, which felt good. And then we started doing the stupid switch game all over again once it parting shotted into Driftblim, and I had to get Incineroar in to take care of it, except it flinched me. Personally, I prefer to be the flincher, not the flinchy, so this made me feel bad. Togekiss chipped it, and Golisopod was able to finish it. Hey, what's going on? What on earth am I looking at? Mega Dust Noir sounds like a really expensive and crappy wine. Looks cool though. I intimidated it a bunch. Running Earthquake pivots with Togekiss, it swapped out like a loser though. Pecharunt took the stage, but then it left into Wheezing to stare down my Togekiss. I finally got the KO, and thinking I was faster, I stayed in against Pecharunt. Wrong. Dead Chunky Bird might make a nice stew later. Infernape avenged our friend, and a whole lot of pivoting and stalling led to the demise of Dust Noir. On to Glacia. Glacia is super weird in this hack. She could be using Alolan Ninetales as her opener for a classic icy feel. Or she could be using regular Ninetales with Drought. Good luck, Ice or Sun. I don't know. Have fun planning for everything. This iteration was the icy version, and I opened with Infernape, immediately firing off my Mega Evolution and planting a Stealth Rocks on her team. I was hoping the Switch Heavy AI would punish an Ice-type team and figured the turn 1 investment was worth it. Fighting Electric Electivire out next. Mach Punch did insane damage to Swampert before it swapped into Slush Rush Mega Abomasnow. Rocks Chip plus High Horsepower Chip was great damage, and first impression Golisopod thumped it to best the beast. Electivire vs Swampert, Part 2, Electric Boogaloo, went in favor of the Axolotl on the pink stairs. I don't know what a Kyurem is. It's the most Yu-Gi-Oh Pokemon I've ever seen. Incineroar Drain punched it, and Volca Onion walked in. 1 flinch, 2 flinch, red flinch, blue flinch. What is that? I sent in Melmetal. Does Melmetal survive Life Orb boosted Flare Blitzes? Flare Blitz would hurt, but I survived Flare Blitz. We're fine. Right, guys? Right, guys? I ate 1 Flare Blitz. Ooh. Ooh. There, well, it's dead. A good sack, good sack. And in Drake's house, we find not Drake, it's Cynthia. Whatever. I don't care. I'm taking this no-name loser to school. Lock in, boys. Spiritomb has it. Intimidate Spiritomb is so funny. Should I Air Slash flinch or Moonblast? I'll get 2 flinches and then I'll kill it with Moonblast. Good call, guys. Good call. So first flinch. Nice. So we'll get 1 more here. Sweet. And now we'll kill with Moonblast. Good strat, guys. Good strat. I like the way you guys think. Woo! All right. This is big scary bad guy. Ooh, it's defense raised. I didn't realize that. That's very scary for me. I'm gonna go here. This is steel move, right? Nice. I'm gonna go here. I don't really need you for anything specific. No, this is... Your job is just to... Yeah, I mean to do what you're doing. Fighting Steel Type Ugly Razor Shell. Iron Defense. That's okay. I don't know how fast Zamazenta is, but I assume that Infernape is faster. But that did no damage at all. That was awesome. Okay. Sweet. I might be clicking overheat here instead of... It's max defense. This body press is about to hurt. Woo! Lock in, lock in, lock in. Survive. My goat, dude. My goat. Tristan, let's go. Dude, hell yeah. You just gotta believe. Woo! Infernape Bite. I don't know that I'm faster, but I am plus speed and I'm a mega. So I'm hoping that I'll be faster. Give me that, please. Give me that. Come on, knock it out, knock it out, knock it out. That's a dead mon. That's a dead mon, 100%, right? No way. Dude, Zach's in. Okay, all right. What's next? What's next? Dude, that Glycopod, what a monster. So I do need to switch you out. This is Earthquake, which is a little scary, but I'm just going to go to Sleep Surf here. Oh, I forgot to go Charty Berry. My dumb ass. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Earthquake here. Nice. I was scared of that. By going Tailwind, I'm now faster. How am I going to kill this? You know what? I'll go Air Slash, get the flinch, and then I'll Moonblast it. Okay, that's a good strat. That's a good strat. So we'll go Air Slash, get the flinch here.
You can't keep getting away with it.
Nice. All right, sweet. And now I'll just click Moonblast and we'll kill. Whew. Whew. I was sweating there for a second. We are good now. All right, what am I worried about here? This has Power Gem. I don't think I care. I'm gonna go here. I'm just gonna punch. That's fine. Guys, if you just think it's gonna flinch, then you'll get the flinch, okay? You just have to, you understand what I'm saying? It's all in your head. Heat Ram, please die. I think that this dies. It stresses me out. Yeah, thank you. I don't know what to do about this guy. I don't know what Fairy Aura means. I went Akaberry on Percy for this exact Mon though, so hoping it works out for me. Moonblast? Ouch. Double Iron Bash. What does this mean? What's a geometry? What does that do? Can I kill it? Can we kill it? All right, good. Bye-bye. I don't know why it did that colorful dance. It didn't seem to do anything. I don't know. I'm gonna click Ice Punch. Show me the freeze. Give me that freeze. Wait, what? I'm gonna go here. All right, sweet. That's what I wanted to see. That's great. Okay, don't flinch. Thanks. Deathless Cynthia, boys. Guys, as it turns out, Cynthia's really easy if you just get 3 flinches with Togekiss. I didn't look at the champion. I don't know what the champion has. What am I going up against? Oh, I did not. It's a double battle against Wallace and Steven. And it opens up with double Mega Empoleon. What is this? This is insane. It's double Mega Empoleon, but different Megas. They gave, for whatever reason, in their quest to make new Megas, they gave Empoleon 2. Mega Empoleon O and Mega Empoleon D. Dog, I'm about to get beat up. All right, now that I know that Wallace's team is on the left, I thought Wallace's team was on the right here. It ended up working out in a couple ways, but rocks went up, which was bad. All right, we killed Empoleon. Great. All right, we get Palkia now. Yeah. So this guy wants to use Hydro Pump. I think he's gonna miss. I don't think he hits. What do you guys think? Like, no way he hits, right? No, he never hits. He never hits. He never hits. We're fine. Yes! Give me that! Okay, all right, we get the kill there. That's great. I'll get a little damage off on Palkia. Give me the miss. Oh, I didn't get the miss. And Incineroar dies. That's a bummer. Well, at least Infernape's still alive. That was the big one there. Okay, I'm actually going to go to Sleep Surf now. Guys, I punched my microphone on accident. I got excited. I punched my microphone and now my knuckles are bleeding. This is not good. Are you like, yeah, oops. Okay, can we get the Spatic drop? Meaty Mash? No, why? Why would you go for that? No, no, no! That's garbage. Good damage. What is outer space rend? Do I get ejected or do I die? Oh, you die to that move. That's a kill move. That's one of those moves where you die after, huh? I did not like that. All right, don't flinch me. Okay, at least we get the kill on this guy. All right, let's... Oh, I went for the wrong one. I clicked the wrong button. You lived? Wait, go for... Yes, 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 yes. Don't flinch. I don't really care if you flinch, to be honest. You didn't? That was glorious. Great job. I think we're getting out. I think we're getting out. I don't know that. I think so. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna T-wave. No, that's such a stupid idea. Okay. Close combat? How much damage? Oh, that is not the damage I thought it was gonna do. If this goes for Zach. Oh, it's not going for Zach. Oh, that is gonna be a ranged. Oh no. No, 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 no. Get the kill, get the kill, get the kill. Please get the kill. Please. Kill it. Yes. Thank you. God damn. Holy, dude, I am bleeding. Dude, guys, dude, I ripped up my hand, bro. I punched my mic. Crap. Shout out to the Patreon subscribers, DJ, Victoria, Kiri, Prita, Tyler, Vicento, Chad, and Grant. You guys are the best. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Planet Oats so creamy and not watery like...
Exactly, and unsweetened has 0 grams of sugar.
And don't forget, it's an excellent source of calcium. Wow, Planet Oat really has it all.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior work and life and job experience.
This video is sponsored by Squarespace. More about them later. I tried a hardcore Nuzlocke of Pokemon Emerald using only Dark-type Pokemon, and with only 7 possible encounters, I'm gonna need to be extremely careful so that none of my Pokemon die, especially because I'll only have 3 Pokemon for the first 5 badges. My starter is Pride the Poochiana, and though he may not be the humblest member of the animal kingdom, he'll be a vital member of the team once he evolves. For now, though, he's just my little fluffy boy. On Route 102, Pride and I embark on a needlessly long quest to catch the 1% encounter rate C-Dot. After several excruciating minutes, I welcome Gluttony, the bashful C-Dot, onto the team. And shifty though she may seem, our ravenous little nut is not a Dark-type Pokemon. But with a few levels, she evolves into Nuzleaf, the only Pokemon in the entire franchise to canonically have nipples. And since all animals with nipples can produce milk, it begs the question, does Nuzleaf milk count as dairy, or is it closer to a vegan alternative like almond milk? Forget the billion lions question, we need our most brilliant minds to be working on this question. Now, even though Gluttony has a Gen 1 caliber level up moveset, one of the few TMs I can pick up at this point in the game is Bullet Seed. So Gluttony mows down Roxanne's rock types with her Grassy Seed. Nosepass puts up a bit of a fight, especially with Roxanne's arsenal of healing items, but after a few turns, a massive 5 hits from Bullet Seed, including a clean final critical hit, knock out Nosepass, and win us the very first gym badge of the run. So it's off to Dewford Town, the calming sea breeze blowing in my hair as I enjoy the serenity of the open water. Not a worry in the world. Parents love calling at the most inconvenient times, don't they? I'm not sure why we had to stop a whole-ass boat just for me to take a phone call, but after that short detour, we make it to Dewford Town where the second gym leader awaits. First, though, it's off to Granite Cave where I deliver a letter to Stephen Stone. That family is a mess. But while I'm here, I also catch Greed the Sableye, immediately an extremely important member of the team, because thanks to her ghost typing, this gem-obsessed little goblin is completely immune to every single one of Brawly's Pokemon. Seriously, literally none of his fighting types can touch Greed at all. And with Nightshade to deal reliable damage, this fight is unlosable. So just like that, we've won the second gym badge. But before you brush off this challenge for being too easy, let's talk about the next gym leader, Watson. Arguably the most difficult gym leader in the entire franchise. Without a Marshtomp or a Geodude, his electric types are extremely powerful. Magneton with 120 special attack in the third gym is actually insane. When you factor in the abysmal level up movesets of most Pokemon in Gen 3, the dearth of usable TMs and items available to the player at this point in the game, and the excessive amount of status conditions this battle is known for, Watson becomes an absolute nightmare for most Nuzlockes, especially ones where you only have 3 Pokemon. Now, I can even things up with some EV training, primarily to boost our special defense stats so that we can eat shockwaves a bit better. I killed so many Lotads. But even a single critical hit or some unlucky paralysis, and we're gonna be in a lot of trouble here. Watson leads with his speedy and explosive Voltorb. I lead with Gluttony to get off a priority fake out and to hopefully bait an immediate self-destruct as I switch to Greed. But sadly, they don't take the bait and instead go for a soft Spark. After another fake out, Voltorb falls into the yellow. So Greed eats a Shockwave and then takes the kill with a Nightshade. This levels up both Gluttony and Greed to level 25, which is fine since the level cap always ends at the start of the battle. Gluttony learns Torment and Greed learns Detect, which will both be useful a bit later. But for now, Electrike comes out second, so it's off to Pride, who is now an intimidating Mightyena. He shrugs off a Shockwave, and then we get into a Howling match with Electrike. Aw, look, they're communicating. After 2 Howls, I don't want to take any unnecessary damage from Electrike, so I start going for damage with Bite. Since Howl only boosts our attack, and Bite is a special move in this game, it still takes 2 hits to get the KO. Rather frustratingly, Bite does still make contact, which activates Electrike's static ability and burns our held Cherry Berry. Thankfully, static only activates the 1 time though, so as Electrike falls and Magneton comes in third, Pride is looking pretty healthy. And that's good because even at +2, Wimpydimp Rock Smash is not a 2-shot. So as Magneton hits us with a Thunder Wave, it's time to play everyone's favorite pastime, the RNG game. Magneton now outspeeds and nails Pride with a Sonic Boom, and then we get fully paralyzed. Bad start, Pride. Bad start. On the following turn, Magneton lands another Sonic Boom as a Rock Smash connects and leaves Magneton in the red, though frustratingly, for the second turn in a row, we did not get the 50% chance at a defense drop. Watson heals on the following turn, so Pride can land one last Rock Smash, which does get the defense drop, though now it's too little too late. Another Sonic Boom will take us out, so I gotta switch to Greed. Of course, now it's a Shockwave instead of a Sonic Boom, so we take a huge chunk of damage on the switch. I can nail Magneton with a fake out to bring them under 50%, but then on the following turn, Greed has to tank a Shockwave and fire off a Nightshade, which leaves Magneton with a painful, tiny, itty-bitty little sliver of HP. That means that Watson heals again. We can hit the bundle of magnets with another Nightshade, but now I gotta switch to Gluttony on another Shockwave so that Greed doesn't go down. Gluttony can land a free fake out, and then on the following turn, I see that Magneton is going for Sonic Boom, which means it should be free to go back into Greed. This then gives me a free fake out before I swap back into Gluttony on a resisted Shockwave. So slowly but surely, we're chipping away at Magneton with fake outs. In fact, it looks like just one more switch cycle will do it. So Greed comes in, but Watson's Menage a Trois goes for an unexpected Shockwave, killing Greed with a needless critical hit. Now, Gluttony can actually come in and take the KO on Magneton, and with a Thief Tech to steal Manectric's Citrus Berry for some free recovery, she gets surprisingly close to winning the entire battle. Of course, Manectric lands a critical hit quick attack to immediately snuff out that dream, but even if he didn't and we managed to eke out a win against Watson, moving forward without Greed is a waste of time, given that she is imperative to beating Norman down the line. So regardless, it's time for a reset. I got decently unlucky during that fight, but I also made a few sloppy plays, and there are definitely ways to handle that matchup better. Most notably, I should have howled for an extra turn against Electrike to ensure the 2-hit kill on Magneton. I also should have played better around Watson's super potion so that he didn't heal so many times. Ah, yeah, that was a rookie mistake, Flygon. Pretty embarrassing. What are you even doing here, Garchomp FJ? Why don't you ask yourself that, Flygon HG? I'm here because you put me here. I'm saying what I'm saying because you wrote the words for me. My existence is but a fractured slice of your own. I am but an offshoot of your own online persona, a manifestation of your inner thoughts you use to entertain your viewers. If I am anywhere, it is only because you want me to be. This is for an ad segue, isn't it? Yeah, it's for an ad segue. This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is an online platform that helps you build and manage your own website, whether that's an online store for your business or a personal blog for your thoughts. If you've been a consistent viewer of the channel, you know that Squarespace has been a long-time sponsor, and it's because I truly believe that they are the best at what they do. With Squarespace's all-in-one platform and customizable templates, it's incredibly easy to create professional and polished websites. And with their new Fluid Engine design system featuring drag and drop technology, it's faster than ever before to fine-tune every single detail of your website. For example, I use Squarespace to create poppyhg.com, the only destination to find curated pictures of my corgi puppy Poppy, and recently named by Time Magazine as one of the 100 most influential people in the world. I didn't even know that websites could be considered for Time Magazine's most influential people list, but here we are. And it's all thanks to Squarespace, which has a ton of really useful features to get the most out of your website, like analytic information about the traffic of your website, and Squarespace member areas, which can be used to connect with audiences and create exclusive members-only content. So if you're looking to start a website for your business or hobby, or corgi, then you should check out squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch your website, you can use my custom link to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back to the challenge. The good news is that, as you saw, it's trivial, albeit time-consuming and very annoying, to get all the way back to Mauville City in attempt 2. Pride is now a docile female Mightyena, Gluttony remains a quiet supporter of the Free the Nipple campaign, and Greed is now a quirky gentleman, though he's still obsessed with hoarding material possessions. Once again, I lead with Gluttony into Watson's Voltorb. This honestly might not be the best use of resources, since Greed seems to be consistently eating a spark for basically no reason, but frankly, I'm just terrified of Voltorb going boom. Greed's fake out crits, which immediately forces Watson to waste one of his precious super potions. Unfortunately, with Voltorb back at full HP, Nightshade isn't enough for a 2-shot, so I decide to switch to Gluttony on another spark that paralyzes and wastes our held Cherry Berry. But as Fake Out takes the KO, I think we're already in a much better position than in attempt 1. Electrike comes out second again, so it's off to Pride for another round of parallel play. This time I go for 3 Howls before switching to Bite, which once again activates Static. 30% my ass. Once Electrike falls, Magneton comes out third, and now Rock Smash does what appears to be just about 50%. Which means that in addition to fighting through paralysis, we're probably gonna need to avoid a low roll. Flashes of the battle from attempt 1 come back to me in a blur. All that bloodshed, crimson clover. Are we doomed to repeat that great war, or will this time be different? Magneton fires off a nasty shockwave, and then Pride gets the KO with another Rock Smash. It looks like luck's on our side in attempt 2. As Manectric comes out last and goes for a Howl, I stay in to land a Rock Smash, which drops his defense. Then it's off to Gluttony on a pretty strong Shockwave. I don't bother going for Fake Out since that has a chance to activate Static. Instead, Gluttony tanks a quick attack and then steals Manectric's Citrus Berry with a Thief. This also activates Static, but at least we got a good chunk of HP back, which lets Gluttony comfortably eat another quick attack and hit Manectric with a Torment. Torment prevents Manectric from using the same move twice in a row, which is valuable because Shockwave is the only move he can use to hit Greed. So after Gluttony nails Manectric with another Thief, I bring in my Closer. Unfortunately, Watson takes the chance to heal with a super potion, but with Torment in effect, Greed should have the upper hand here. A Fake Out causes a flinch and generously doesn't trigger static. Then Manectric goes for Shockwave as we retaliate with a Nightshade to bring him into the yellow. And since Manectric now has to go for Thunder Wave, which we just shake off thanks to our held Cherry Berry, Greed is free to connect with another Nightshade to knock out Watson's final Pokemon, at long last winning us the 3rd gym badge. But as great as it is to defeat Watson, there's never been a more fitting time to use the metaphor of jumping out of the pan and into the fire. Because next up is Flannery, literally the fire-type gym leader. And once again, without Marshtomp or Geodude, or the handful of other moderately good counters, this fight is a pretty big pain in the ass to plan for. Fortunately, you do get a lot more resources by this point in the game, including TMs like Secret Power, Return, and Dig. So at the very least, Pride isn't stuck with a 20 base power Rock Smash as her only physical attacking move. After eviscerating Maxie on top of Mount Chimney, it's time for the fiery showdown against Flannery. I've got a plan, but is it a good plan? That's for you to decide. Flannery leads with Numel and I lead with Pride. Thanks to my unconditional love and her cannibalistic diet of 100% Poochyena meat, a max attack EV'd Return gets a clean one-shot on Flannery's sad lumpy horse. This brings in Slugma, so it's time to get to work. I start by switching to Greed as Slugma sets up a light screen. The goal here is to get Slugma to use all 5 of her overheat power points. With Torment and Detect, I figured that it would be pretty easy and reasonably safe to do so, but Flannery refuses to comply, never going for overheat even a single time. Instead, she just repeatedly goes for resisted Smogs, and after Greed gets poisoned, I get fed up and bring in Pride on a baited heal. Of course, as soon as I start to set up with Howl, Slugma now immediately goes for overheat, which means I've got to hope that this little jerk doesn't land a critical hit before I get the necessary attack boosts needed to deal with the rest of Flannery's team. It's a little scary because we do need 5 Howls, but Flannery appears to have very little interest in actually doing damage to Pride. Instead, she sets up Sunny Day and Light Screen, goes for a weak Smog. I can't say I understand why, but the end result is that Pride is now fully boosted and able to one-shot Slugma with Dig. I mean, obviously, even completely unboosted, Dig still one-shots Slugma. A light breeze could kill Slugma. This Pokemon is an argument against Darwinism. Pride's boosts are for Flannery's Camerupt, and most notably for her Torkoal, whose tanky ass is always one of the hardest threats to play around in any Emerald Nuzlocke. But through the power of Howl and the unstoppable suckiness of Slugma, we've won the 4th gym badge, and the run remains completely deathless. So now I can head to the desert on Route 111 and spend way too long looking for a Cacnea. Not so fun fact, for some reason Cacnea has a 6% chance encounter rate in Emerald. Gen 3 was obsessed with making the most mediocre Pokemon extremely difficult to find. Hell yeah, love me that 2% Chimecho, 1% Voltbee, sign me up. Sloth the Serious Cacnea only becomes a dark type when he evolves, which won't happen until the following level cap, so for now he's boxed, and the original 3 Sins are forced to face down against the 5th gym leader all by themselves. Fortunately, our greedy little devil can cheese the hell out of Norman's normal type punks. He leads with Spinda, who can't actually deal damage to Greed, but can still confuse with Teeter Dance. So to play around that, I simply switch back and forth between Greed and Gluttony, and spam Fake Out. This takes a little while since Spinda likes to use Teeter Dance even if my Pokemon is already confused, but every now and then he goes for Facade on Gluttony, granting me a clean switch into Greed. Norman even heals at one point, so we can nail his Dizzy Bear with a Toxic, and from there, it's all over. Gluttony ends up being out on the field as Spinda meets his poisonous demise, so that brings in Slacking second. And if you know anything about Sableye, you know that it's the perfect counter to Slacking. Detect by Level Up, Toxic by TM, and that's all you need to completely neuter the hulking ape. Even funnier though, I can also just switch back and forth between Greed and Gluttony again, making sure to switch on Slacking's loafing turns, and then clicking Fake Out on the turns that he has to attack. I actually kind of feel bad for the guy. He really never stood a chance. Vigoroth is the only other Pokemon that can touch Greed, so I switched to Pride, who lives up to his name and immediately nukes Vigoroth with a critical hit return. It's just brutal. I'm actually ashamed to be doing this to my own father. Linoon is last, but only knows 3 normal type moves and Belly Drum, so Greed can nail him with a Toxic, and then sit back and relax as the toxins slowly drain the life from Linoon's body until there's nothing left but a hollow, empty carcass. That's the 5th gym badge. And it also marks the end of arguably the hardest part of this playthrough, because now I can use Surf to get the good rod and fish up an Angry Coconut. And this Angry Coconut evolves into Wrath the Sharpedo, an unstoppable monster into the back half of Pokemon Emerald. It's a freaking massacre. Wrath unleashes her namesake onto anything and everything in her way. With Surf, Crunch, and Ice Beam, she makes quick and dirty work of Winona's flying types. It's like if a shark was released onto a coastal New England town and was allowed to feed completely unfettered. Holy crap, that's actually a great idea for a movie. Wrath also decimates Maxie's team in Magma Hideout. Mightyana's one-shot with Surf, Crobat manages to survive a single Ice Beam, but that's not really a big deal because... Whoa! That was a ton of damage. Like, a critical hit there and Wrath just dies, so maybe we should slow things down a bit. Wrath does have a hasty nature, which makes her even more physically frail than the average Sharpedo, so that non-crit was a very generous warning from the game to tread lightly. And I got so swept up in Wrath's massacre that I neglected to mention that I also caught Lust the Corphish. Corphish Core! Corphish! You know, I think I could be a voice actor, but the world's definitely not ready for that yet. Oh, and I also caught Envy the adamant-natured Absol, so Pride is now pretty much completely outclassed. But don't feel too bad for her because she had some pretty phenomenal performances in the mid-game, and she'll always be my #1 girl. Well, after Poppy, obviously. As we go to face off against Tate and Liza, oh shoot, okay, I also forgot to mention that Sloth evolved into Cacturn and replaced Gluttony, who will be living out the rest of her shirtless life in the box. But now I think that's everything, and we can get to the battle against Tate and Liza, which, as you might have guessed, is pretty straightforward. Dark types tend to have a good matchup against Psychic types, and the duo of Wrath and Envy is strong enough to cull through their team without taking even a single tick of damage. After taking out Archie's team, this time making sure not to risk Wrath to a critical hit against Crobat, all I gotta do is tattle to the green noodle to put an end to the most absurdly outmatched Vendetta of all time, and then I can face off against the final gym leader, Juan. He leads with an annoying little love disc, and I lead with Sloth, who despite his name is fairly speedy and can get off a growth before getting wooed by an attract. But that means that Sloth now has to do the unthinkable. He has to kill the thing he loves most or die trying. Either way, now Sloth's story can only end in tragedy. With the help of Leech Seed, he can stay healthy and mostly ignore Love Disc's water pulses. It takes a little bit of patience to set up a few more growths and make sure that Sloth isn't confused from a Sweet Kiss or a water pulse when he goes for the KO, but eventually we connect with a Giga Drain and Love Disc falls. Sloth then proceeds to take out Celio with a second Giga Drain, getting him back to full HP as Juan brings in his ace Kingdra third. I kinda goofed and assumed that Sloth would be faster, but you know what they say about assuming. It makes an ass out of you and oh hey, we connected through double team and got the one shot. Nice, never punished. Well, with that, Giga Drain clears through the rest of Juan's team no problem, but that was really lucky because Kingdra also knows Ice Beam, and I'm certain a critical hit would have just killed us if that's what he went for. Regardless, that right there is the 8th and final gym badge, which means that we've made it to the Elite Four and the run remains deathless. All of the 7 deadly sins have made an appearance and not a single one of them has been defeated. Something metaphor for the human condition. Anyways, here's my final team, leveled up to the level cap of 55 to match Drake's Salamence. Gluttony's still sitting in the box, so it's up to these 6 to finish the challenge and make it to the Hall of Fame. Let's do it. Sydney is first and a total loser. I mean, look at this team. That's ridiculous. After a swords dance, Lust just starts reaping souls with Brick Break. He's a monster. The only thing that could stop him is himself. Now we kill him too. The whole thing is done in about 2 minutes. Easy peasy. And speaking of peasies that are easy, Phoebe is a textbook easy peasy. The easiest of the peasies, if you will. Her Dusclops always goes for protect, so I always set up on his undead ass, and then Envy shadow balls her way to a damageless sweep over the second member of the Elite Four. But with that, now things get harder. Glacia and her ice types are an unstoppable— nah, just kidding. Lust sets up another swords dance and sweeps with Brick Break again. But Hail Chip means that we've actually taken damage now, so the stakes have never been higher. Drake is also technically set up a bubble since his Shelgon pretty much always goes for protect as well, but I just lead with Wrath and start clicking the Dragon Killer button. His Kingdra does have the potential to be a skosh scary since we can't hit him for super effective damage. After taking a crunch, he opts to go for a body slam, which would have exactly killed if it crit, stupid hasty nature, but since it didn't, another crunch gets the KO, and then Wrath finishes up her sweep with 2 more ice beams to win us one of the easiest Elite Fours in recent memory. Normally the Elite Four and Champion take up like half the script of the video, but we are absolutely flying through this endgame. Certainly this fast pace and reckless play won't come back to haunt me, right? Well, if it does, it's gonna need to come quick because we're at the final challenge of the playthrough. The fight against Champion Wallace and his deceptively powerful mono water type team. Wallace leads with Wailord and I lead with Envy. The goal is to nail his big fish with a massive return to drastically reduce the power of his water spout. It works perfectly until Wailord still does over 50%, meaning that a crit would have immediately sent Envy to the eternal doghouse. But since she's still kicking, a second return takes out Wailord and brings in Tentacruel. This guy is a bit of an issue. I start first with a switch to Greed on a resisted Sludge Bomb, then I nail him with a fake out for some chip, before switching into Wrath on a Hydro Pump, which crits but leaves Wrath with 31 HP. So she can retaliate with an Earthquake, which thanks to the fake out chip is just enough for the one shot. Side note, how can Sharpedo learn Earthquake but Absol, the disaster Pokemon, cannot? Anyways, third is Wallace's Ludicolo. Easily one of my least favorite Pokemon of all time. This guy sucks. His typing makes him hard to take out quickly, and double team strats are extremely annoying to play against. I've actually lost runs to this gleeful idiot in the past, but this time I came prepared. Sloth comes in on a Surf, which does more damage than I would like, but if I know Wallace's Ludicolo, and at this point I do, I know that this Dillweed is gonna start spamming double team, which means that I can start spamming Growth. After 4, I go for a boosted Feint Attack, which never misses and renders Ludicolo's dumb double teams completely pointless. Wallace decides to also go on the offensive, but at this point it's too late. After a few heals, Sloth kills Ludicolo, I feel peace within my vengeful heart, and Wallace brings in my Lodic. But at +4 special attack, Sloth can now Giga Drain my Lodic for the one shot and get back to full HP in the process. Wishcash obviously also goes down to a single Giga Drain. I wasn't certain about getting the one shot on Wallace's final Pokemon Gyarados, but apparently even with the level advantage and a hardy special defense stat, our Miracle Seed boosted Giga Drain is enough to knock out Gyarados and win us not only the battle against Wallace, but the entire run completely deathless. The last few challenges have had some pretty stressful finales, so it's nice to have one that peaked early and let me relax a little in the late game. But cracking the mid game, particularly the Watson fight, was still a lot of fun. I've never used Torment before, and up until this challenge, I didn't realize how useful it could be in certain matchups. It's really exciting for me to still be learning little tricks about these games, even after playing them for so long. And I do think that that's what the best monotype runs can do, even if they aren't always the hardest challenges in the world. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, it'd be great if you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Or don't, I don't know. But regardless, stay tuned for more Nuzlocke videos, and until then, remember to always, always, always play around the critical hit.
Planet Oat's so creamy and not watery like...
Exactly, and unsweetened has 0 grams of sugar.
And don't forget, it's an excellent source of calcium. Wow, Planet Oat really has it all.
University of Maryland Global Campus is a school for real life, one that values the successes you've already achieved. Earn up to 90 undergraduate credits for relevant experience, and get the support you need from your first day to graduation day and beyond. What will your next success be?
Hi everyone, I'm FlagonHG, and this is the second video of my attempts at a hardcore Nuzlocke of the ROM hack Pokemon Inclement Emerald. If you missed part 1 of this series, be sure to check that out first. Or if you don't care about continuity, that's fine too. The rules for this challenge and more information on Inclement Emerald, the catch-em-all advanced difficulty ROM hack created by Bufflesaf that's featured in this video, can be found in the description down below. When we last left off with Attempt 1, I had just suffered major losses in the inverse double battle against Tate and Liza for badge number 7, as well as the multi-battle against Maxie and Courtney in Moss Deep Space Center. Moss Deep City had become eponymous with failure and despair. My remaining Pokemon, of which there were fortunately many, were scarred from the ruthless massacre of their beloved teammates, and I'd be lying if I said our confidence wasn't at least a little bit shaken. But we had all gone through so much already, and I knew that my team was strong enough to get through this as well. We were all just ready to leave this moss-covered hellscape of an island and move on, so with some cautious optimism, my Pokemon and I head off to the seafloor cavern, where we'll have to thwart Team Aqua one last time. As soon as we get there, I encounter a Golbat, and I'm sure there's a fascinating story as to how this giant bat with a comically large mouth found her way into the completely underwater cave. But regardless, K-Stew is a welcome addition to the team. With phenomenal speed, solid bulk, and resistances to common types, Crobat is almost always a great encounter in any Nuzlocke, though getting one this late in the playthrough means that the Forks Washington native won't be seeing nearly as much use as in most playthroughs. After mowing down the many Team Aqua grunts in Seafloor Cavern, mainly with Vincenzo Diesel the Vikavolt, we fairly quickly arrive in the room where the final fight against Aqua admin Shelly and her Mega Beedrill awaits. But with some very advanced manipulation of these boulders, you can actually skip Shelly entirely. And fortunately, a children's puzzle is no match for me, a full-grown man with a PhD. Because look what you can do. Wait, that's it? That's it? We're at Maxie? Well, okay, hold on. I can do this puzzle. I can figure it out. I can figure it out. Don't tell me. Son of a gun! Okay, I can figure it out. I can figure it out. I can figure it out. Don't tell me. Don't tell me the answer. Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Suck it, Shelly. Look, I didn't think I'd end up having a career playing Pokemon, so I skipped the university seminar on boulder puzzles. Big mistake on my part, I guess. But in all seriousness, prioritizing academics has always been incredibly important to me, and pursuing higher education has impacted my life in so many ways, including giving me the confidence to commit to doing YouTube full-time. That's why I'm really excited to tell you about the sponsor of this video, Southern New Hampshire University. SNHU has one of the largest accredited, non-profit online degree offerings in the country, meaning that you should have no problem finding a degree that fits your specific needs. For example, if you're interested in a career in online content creation, you should check out SNHU's degree in social media marketing. In this program, you'll learn how to leverage social media to engage consumers, build loyalty, and drive business. You'll also learn about vital digital marketing skills, like SEO and how to run advertising campaigns, making this a great program for not only content creators, but also community managers and social media strategists. SNHU is also radically affordable, with their online tuition rates being some of the lowest in the nation. So if their degree in social media marketing seems interesting to you, then you should go to snhu.edu/flagonhg, also linked in the description down below, to see what the current average annual salary for a marketing manager is, and to request free information about the program.
When you request information, a real person will hop on a call with you and discuss how the program can benefit you personally. It only takes one click to find your calling. Thanks so much to Southern New Hampshire University for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back to the challenge. Past the boulder puzzle room is our final battle against Archie. It's been a long time since we last faced him. Back then we were deathless and filled with foolish naivety. Since then though, we've become hardened warriors, ready to do whatever it takes to keep this run alive. But Archie has also taken this time apart to strengthen his team, which now features a Mega Sharpedo and a terrifying Kyogre, the latter of which Archie leads with. But this tempestuous Leviathan is no match for Matt Damon the Decidueye, my very first Pokemon given to me all the way back at the start of this several-month epic. He's come a long way from being a cute little Rowlet, and with a held Miracle Seed, he's able to bring down the mighty beast with a single critical hit Leaf Blade. Among the many changes in this ROM hack is that the abilities Overgrow, Blaze, Torrent, and Swarm now provide a 20% increase to the power of Grass, Fire, Water, and Bug-type moves respectively, and that happens at all HP levels in addition to the standard 50% increase once a Pokemon's HP falls below 1/3. So even without Matt's crit here, we would have definitely gotten the one-shot. Sharpedo is second for Archie thanks to Matt's secondary Ghost typing, so it's going to be an early Mega Evolution for Archie. But Zellweger the Golisopod is the perfect check to what's otherwise a really terrifying Pokemon. She comes in and moderately tanks a strong jaw boosted Crunch. Zellweger has the ability Shell Armor in Inclement Emerald, so we didn't need to worry about emergency exit activating. A bit of an unnecessary buff in my opinion, but I'm certainly not complaining, because a First Impression takes out the Toothy Shark in one shot on the next turn. Third is Electros, so this is a safe switch to Adam Sand the Palisand, who removes Kyogre's Perma Rain and replaces it with our Perma Sand. The ability buffs in this game are really wonderful. A turn of Protecting reveals that Electros is going for Grass Knot, which makes sense because Adam Sand is deceptively heavy. That's a lot of sand. The rest of Electros' moveset is Flash Cannon, Acid Spray, and the previously seen Thunder, so he's walled relatively well by Spikely the Ferrothorn. With Protect and Sandstorm Chip, as well as recovery from Leech Seed and leftovers, this is a trivial matchup, and we can skip a few turns. Right before Electros goes down though, I take the safe switch to Adam, because there's not really a reason to risk Spikely getting paralyzed if I don't have to. Adam now baits in Poliwrath, so we start with a Protect to check what he's going for, which turns out to be Hypnosis. Fortunately, Goldberg the Jellicent checks Poliwrath almost entirely. It doesn't even matter that she falls asleep as she comes in, because I taught her Sleep Talk. All Poliwrath can do is hit her with Ice Punch, which does basically nothing and can't even get the freeze while we're asleep. It takes a few turns to kill Poliwrath since Sleep Talk is a bit inconsistent, but eventually the Mickey Mouse gloved frog goes down, leaving Archie with just 2 Pokemon left. So, second to last is Archie's Goodra, who doesn't hold a candle to Paltrow the Comfort Goodra. I love that all of Archie's Pokemon are these angry and menacing Pokemon, and then there's just Goodra, vibing. But sadly, he too will have to die. I bring in Harrington the Abomasnow, who dodges a Dragon Rush on the switch. Though thanks to the defense boost from Hail, it wouldn't have been that bad anyways. In Inclement Emerald, Hail is buffed to boost the physical defense of all ice types by 50%, much like how Sandstorm boosts the special defense of rock types. It's really baffling to me that this hasn't been implemented in the main games. But anyways, Harrington is my Mega Evolution of choice for this battle. He's a pretty chunky boy, so Goodra still outspeeds and hits him with a hard Dragon Rush, but then we get a clean one-shot with a Freeze Dry, which is 4 times super effective thanks to the secondary water type that Goodra gets in this game. Also, Harrington has a new ability called Whiteout that boosts the power of his ice-type moves by 50% in the Hail, so this reluctant King of the North has just incredible damage output potential. That just leaves Archie with his Tentacruel, so it's back to the angry and menacing motif, I guess. I wager we're safe to whatever Tentacruel does, so I stay in. He hits us with a super effective poison jab that does manage to get the poison, but since the critical hit mechanic was updated to do only 1.5 times damage like in future generations, Kit is always safe here. Especially because a follow-up Earthquake takes out the Cranky Jelly, winning us the final battle against Archie. Our decisive victory doesn't seem to matter much though, because Archie just pisses off Kyogre anyways, plunging Hoenn into a weather apocalypse. A storm-pocalypse, maybe. No? We'll workshop it. But anyways, this means that it's time to wake up Rayquaza so that they can stop Kyogre from just eviscerating Groudon in Sootopolis City. Like, let's face it, that poor bastard is in over their head. Along the way, I can get 2 more encounters, but neither of them do anything meaningful, which means we can cut straight to Rayquaza telling Groudon and Kyogre that they need to calm down, that they're being too loud. And that works. World saved, problem solved. Thanks, Sky Noodle. Next is the battle against the 8th gym leader Juan, who saw 2 ancient titans fighting to the death right outside of his gym and decided to just lock the door and let someone else handle it. I respect that, but he's still gotta go. However, reaching Juan requires getting through a series of ice puzzles. If I make one false move, I plummet into the basement where I'll be attacked by an onslaught of women that I'm not prepared to face. Acing these puzzles is of utmost importance. It's like Squid Game, but without the heavy-handed social commentary that somehow went over people's heads anyways. These puzzles are a matter of life and death. With us safely across the ice, it's time to face Juan for the final gym badge of the run. He leads with Politoed, and I lead with Vin Diesel the Vikavolt. I feel like these summary videos haven't done a great job capturing how heavily I've used this badass since we evolved him. He's probably single-handedly responsible for the most deaths against random NPCs. Here, thanks to the range set up by P-Toad's Drizzle, we can hit him with a perfectly accurate Thunder. And do you know what happens to a Toad when it's struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else. Easy one-shot. Second for Juan is Kabutops, who has a Focus Sash and Swift Swim, so we got a hard switch out to Spike Lee the Ferrothorn on a Stone Edge. On the next turn, we tank a neutral Leech Life, and then 2 hits from Bullet Seed take out our enemy. That brings in Swampert next, who does sport a 4x weakness to Grass-type moves, but he also has Superpower, which is revealed by a Protect as Spike Lee gains some leftovers recovery. So it's off to Adam Sand, who's immune to Superpower and also gets rid of Juan's Perma-Rain. This now baits Liquidation, which lets me very easily switch to Paltrow the Comfort Gudra. Paltrow has been pre-poisoned because she has the ability Poison Heal in this game, which gives her ridiculous recovery potential when holding a Leftovers. She's really gonna shine in this late game, but for now, I just use her to bait an Earthquake from Swampy Boy, which lets Vin Diesel come back in scot-free. Then, an Energy Ball demolishes the Mud Puppy in one shot. Fourth for Juan is his ace Kingdra, who's actually able to Mega Evolve in this game. He doesn't get a new ability or a fancy typing or anything like that, so he's really just a slightly more powerful version of a regular Kingdra. So we start by nailing him with a fairly hard Volt Switch, bringing in Jabinosh the Florges, who's immune to Kingdra's Draco Meteor. On the following turn, Kingdra goes for Flash Cannon, which is super effective, but we're bulky enough to survive even a critical hit. This also activates Jabinosh's Eject button, which lets me switch Paldeano the Audino in for free. I mean, I guess he technically takes a bit of chip from the Sandstorm, but it's mostly free. And now it's time for another round with Mega Audino, who in this game has the ability Fairy Aura to boost the power of Fairy-type attacks. And funny enough, since baseline Audino is not Fairy-type, Kingdra tries to hit Paul with a Draco Meteor that is now rendered completely ineffective. So a single Draining Kiss finishes off Juan's mighty Mega. That brings out Lapras 5th. He immediately hydrates Paul with a Hydro Pump to the face as we retaliate with a Thunder Wave. On the next turn, we go for a Soft Boiled, which is completely free as Lapras gets fully paralyzed. And then we just start nailing him with Moonblasts. It's not enough for a 2-shot because Lapras has an Assault Vest, so I make sure to Soft Boiled when necessary so that Paul's HP never gets too low. Full Paralysis, as well as a special attack drop on Lapras, means that this goes pretty flawlessly as he falls to a final Draining Kiss. This just leaves Juan with one last Pokemon, his Ludicolo. He starts things off hot with a Focus Miss, letting Paul nail him with a Thunder Wave. And then a Draining Kiss does almost 50% as Ludicolo plays to his Juan out with an Ice Beam. But unfortunately for him, he doesn't get the freeze, so a Moonblast cleanly knocks out Ludicolo, winning us the battle. It's amazing how many major battles I've used Paldeano in throughout this playthrough. He's been a really integral member of the team ever since we got him way back in Verdanturf Town. And here, he's helped us win the 8th and final gym badge. This means that we're off to Victory Road, but as with most ROM hacks, Inclement Emerald's Victory Road is pretty challenging. Every trainer inside this multi-layered dungeon has a powerful Mega Evolution at their disposal, and many of them have a full team of 6 Pokemon. We definitely gotta be careful here. Especially because the first trainer in the Victory Road Tour is none other than Wally, the very first trainer to ever take the life of one of my Pokemon. He's grown up quite a bit since he first tasted blood back in Mauville City, but this time, he's gonna go hungry, because I refuse to let another one of my Pokemon go down to this goofy goober, even if he does lead with a fearsome Garchomp. The funny thing about Garchomps, though, is that they don't really like the ice, and by leading with Harrington, who once again Mega Evolves turn 1, we're able to cleanly kill Wally's dragon with a single priority Ice Shard. Remember what I said about Whiteout giving this guy's Ice-type moves ridiculous damage output potential? Well, there you go. Second is Wally's murderous Talonflame equipped with a Choice Band. It's always a good idea to protect on the first turn against a Pokemon with a choice item so that you know exactly what move they're locked into. Since Talonflame is stuck using Flare Blitz, it's a pretty clean switch into Ryan Goss the Rhyperior. On the next turn, Wally switches out to Roserade as Ryan sets up a Stealth Rock. Talonflame is going to be in for a rude awakening when he comes back in. With Roserade out, I can pretty safely switch back to Harrington on a Technician Mega Drain that still does decent damage, but then a priority Ice Shard cleanly kills the physically frail Flower on the next turn. So guess who comes back out and takes half of his health in Stealth Rock damage. A Protect reveals that Wally decided to lock his Rotisserie Chicken into Steel Wing this time, so instead of going to Ryan, it's off to Spike Lee, though Talonflame actually just ends up missing his Steel Wing. Wally stays in this time, so a Steel Wing hits Spike for a tick of damage, and then Iron Barbs and various other passive damage finish off Talonflame. That brings in Magnezone 4th, who fortunately has Sturdy instead of Magnet Pull, because it means I can safely switch Spike into Paltro on a Hidden Power Fire. I predict that Magnezone is going for Volt Switch here, so I try to catch whatever comes in with an Acid Spray, but stupidly forget that Goodra is pretty fast and Magnezone is pretty slow. So that wasn't my brightest moment, but it doesn't really matter because Paltro can recover so much HP with Poison Heal and Leftovers each turn, even with the Hail Chip, that it doesn't make much of a difference. But we're obviously not well positioned to deal with Play Roughs from Azumarill here, so it's off to Spike Lee, who checks the Water Rabbit without any issues. With the chip damage from Iron Barbs after 2 Play Roughs, a single Seed Bomb is all that's needed to put Wally's 4th Pokemon in the ground. So 5th is Magnezone, which we already know how to deal with. Paltro comes in on an HP Fire, but since he's gonna Volt Switch here, this time into his Mega Gallade, I switch to Kevin Bagon the Salamence, who's ready to take him out in one shot with a Fly. This would have worked perfectly if it wasn't for the fact that prior to Mega Evolution, Gallade has Trace, which copies Kevin's Intimidate as he comes in. Pretty cheeky there, Wally. Well played. With the attack drop, I won't get the KO, so as Gallade Mega evolves, I gotta switch to Harrington on an Ice Punch. And now that the White Knight is baited into using Sacred Sword, I can bring in K-Stu the Crobat, our latest addition to the roster. She's then able to outspeed and kill Gallade with a Brave Bird. This is a good reminder to always have contingency plans. Last is Magnezone for the 3rd and final time, but we know that Paltro handles him just fine. They're holding an air balloon, so I can't just one-shot with an Earthquake, but with a Surf, and then an Earthquake, Magnezone falls, and Wally has been defeated. Not today, Wally. Not today. There are exactly 4 mandatory trainers in Victory Road, which forms something of a mini Elite Four right before the actual Elite Four, though the first 2 battles only have 5 Pokemon apiece. Still, these guys shouldn't be taken lightly. The first mandatory battle is against Cool Trainer Hope. Hope leads with a Splode and Fortress, so I lead with Nick Cage the Gengar. On the first turn, I go for Taunt so that Fortress can't use Stealth Rock. Her only attacking move is Explosion, so I'm predicting that she'll switch to her Mega Aerodactyl, who Nick can snipe off with a Thunderbolt after Mega Evolving himself. Unfortunately, Fortress switches into Vaporeon for some reason instead. But I mean, at least Thunderbolt does good damage, so a second one takes out the Aqueous Dog on the next turn. But now Aerodactyl comes out, and unfortunately we don't have enough speed or power to one-shot him after he Mega Evolves, so I gotta switch to Spike Lee on an Earthquake. A Protect reveals that he's going for Brave Bird, which is gonna hurt, especially since Mega Aerodactyl has the ability Tough Claws. So it's off to Charlize the Sharpedo, who's holding a Focus Sash, which becomes a purchasable item after obtaining the 7th Gym Badge. And thank Arceus it does, because Focus Sash is pretty much a must on a Pokemon like Sharpedo. Any moderately strong attack will shatter her like a thin plate of glass. By protecting on the next turn, Charlize gets a speed boost thanks to her ability. That lets her outspeed Mega Aerodactyl and kill him with a Liquidation on the following turn. After that, Fortress comes back out, so it's off to Nick Cage as she sets up toxic spikes. Then we taunt the little bagworm to prevent her from setting up even more entry hazards. And since Nick has the ability Shadow Tag in his Mega Evolution form, Fortress has no choice but to blow up on the following turn. Next for Hope is Salazzle, so it's off to Paltrow, who I actually forgot to pre-poison. But Hope was nice enough to set up a layer of toxic spikes just now, so that slight misplay goes unpunished. Though I think we'd be fine even without Poison Heal, because a Surf pretty easily takes out Salazzle on the following turn, meaning that we just needed to tank a Fire Blast and a single Sludge Bomb. Lilligant is Hope's last hope, but there's not much he can do against K-Stew. After shrugging off a Draining Kiss, a Cross Poison gets a clean one-shot, winning us the battle. Up next is Cool Trainer Shannon. She leads with a Blaziken that can Mega Evolve, so I lead with Sam Neill, the Aerodactyl. Sam is basically the perfect counter to Mega Blaziken, because he outspeeds the feisty rooster even after a single speed boost. May had one too, and Blaziken would occasionally go for Protect on turn 1, so outspeeding is important. Shannon's Blaziken decides to just go on the offensive though, so we easily cluck him up with a wing attack that's been buffed to 80 base power in this game. Second is Escavalier, so it's off to Owen Wilson the Arcanine for their debut battle. He shrugs off an Iron Head on the switch, and then a Flamethrower takes out the Ironclad Bug despite her Assault Vest. Third is Dragonite, who's going for Earthquake here. So it's time to switch to Spike Elite. Sam would have been a solid switch as well, but we can't kill the Dragonite in one shot because she has the ability Multiscale, which halves the damage of attacks when she's at full HP. But once Spike has done a bit of damage, and set up Leech Seed to be perhaps overly cautious, I can pretty safely switch to Sam on a wing attack.